And is Discord open and everything for Reese? Or?
Yes, let me turn it up, make sure the volume is actually turned on.
He might be here this entire time.
Guys!
Look, I'm right here.
Guys, I'm here!
Let's see.
Nope, he's not there yet.
Should we just start?
Yeah, we're going to start without him.
Do you have his phone number, Preston?
I don't believe I do.
I sent him an email
earlier, but must not have seen it.
Did we have a rest yet? I can't remember.
We are taking a rest currently.
Yeah, we're having
Okay.
a long
So
rest
all
now.
my spells
Yep.
are back.
This is for Reese.
Yep.
Where is that? Oh, nope, I do not. Have his email, that's it.
I'll send him another email just in case.
Okay, we're good there.
Let's just start without him and if we...
Tell me, is looking into the camera creepy or is it fine?
That's fine.
Okay. What about now?
Scary.
Matt Mercer does it.
Break the fourth, was it the third wall, fourth wall?
Well, if he's the storyteller,
wall?
the walls don't
The
apply to him.
sixth
The
sense.
walls apply to us.
I call this the Dumbledore look.
Yeah, baby, work it, work
Actually, you gotta
Mr. Potter. How did you put your name in the goblet of in the goblet of fire? To light him up.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hopefully, Reese will join us in a bit here. Before we get into the recap, I want to remind everybody that Preston, wonderful Preston, who sets up everything every week and kind of just runs the stream basically, is hosting Extra Life on November 4th. 4th. Yep. He's going to do 24 hours of gaming to raise money for charity. So check him out on this channel.
Nibiru as well.
What games are you playing?
For a little bit.
For a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be doing like 3
And
hours.
We are $50 away from our stretch goal of $500, and if we make it by tomorrow, then Saturday I will be wearing a squirrel suit 24 hours.
Ooh. Can you like put a link where people can donate if they join in?
Yes, there's a link if you're on Twitch. It's down in the description. If anyone is on YouTube or any other place, then sorry, you're out of luck.
Yeah. What will you be playing for 24 hours, Preston?
We'll be doing a bunch of different things. We'll do some DM prep,
Okay.
some Q&A. We're going to do some Destiny 2, League of Legends. So that's one.
Nice.
Depends on what we hit. So.
Yeah, I'll be playing for the few hours that I'm actually on. I'll be playing either Hearthstone or Overwatch, whichever one I feel like. And if Overwatch actually decides to work for me for streaming, sometimes it goes really slow. And with that, anybody else have any announcements? No? Anything that I missed?
I want to hit level 4.
That is a good announcement.
Star Wars Battlefront 2's coming out. So play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thor, Ragnarok.
Yes.
That's tonight.
Yep.
Tomorrow, I'm going tomorrow.
I'm going Sunday.
I might take
so.
a long lunch tomorrow.
3-hour lunch.
All
Where'd it
right.
go? I don't know.
So.
Long rest.
Last episode session/game. I need a monk.
Oh, great. I'm like, I'm right here.
We had our party enter into. Well, they headed out from Greenest again at the behest of Leosin, the monk, to kind of look to see if there's been any evidence from the cult of the Dragon Queen. And turns out, as soon as they got there, there were movements. The entire camp was gone, and nothing but hunters were left. Hunters and a couple guards to the cave that they had wanted to go into at first, but figured they shouldn't. So they took out the guards and figured, let's go into the cave now. With some skillful sneaking around, thanks to the monk's new way of shadow that he bartered for. She.
Ooh.
It's been more than a week.
Wow, it's 2017, Corey.
These are old.
They were able to get the drop on a few of the cultists and ended up fighting the evil Frolam Mondath herself, which you can see a picture of her there.
That's right.
Mom, she went down.
And they took her down pretty handily. And at the end, they were all getting ready to rest, and the monk went off, and she a pair of shackles, bound or ropes that were used for binding in another room, and came back with a drunken cultist that they managed to capture, and learned from him that it was a half-orc female. At which point, the half-orc of the party decided to dangle him over a pit and then drop him down a hole.
Probably end his life.
Yep. So that is where we're at. You guys are taking a long rest now, I believe, to regen spells and everything like that. So 8 hours?
Hey, since I only need 4, well, we'll go as a group to the... Do we want to go to Mushroom Land first? I think we want to go to Mushroom Land before we go down. You always got to finish the level you're on before you go down a level.
Exactly.
Right?
Mushroom Land.
Explore everything first, then move on.
Yeah.
Get all the Easter eggs.
Of course.
/ mushrooms.
You gotta explore every crevice.
Everybody knows.
Every nook and cranny.
Mushrooms is 1 extra life.
It's true.
One of them.
But there's like hundreds of extra lives back there.
That's a different game.
Still the same principle though.
Yeah.
Mushrooms are true in any kingdom.
They mean life.
Alright, so everybody's going to go ahead and take a rest, but who is keeping watch, if anybody?
I mean, I only need 4 hours rest, so
Okay.
I'll keep watch for half the time if you guys want to take an hour each.
Let's make Thordon take 4 of the hours.
You guys take 1 hour each and I'll take the other 4.
Okay. Alright, so I need just kind of an order for who's going first.
I'll take first watch.
Okay, so you'll work the first 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Passive or...
You're
I'm sort of at...
You're actively watching. Yeah, we'll just say an active perception check.
So it's plus 4. 19.
19? Okay.
I have real bad perception.
Yours passes by without incident.
Okay.
It's not too hard to guard. I mean, you've got the one door over there, and then you've got the trap door with like the rope ladder on it, and that's pretty easy to tell if somebody's coming up that.
Why is there a dead body at the bottom of this ladder?
What? And then your 4 hours passes by. Who do you wake up first?
Akio.
Okay. Akio, perception check.
Alright.
14, because I have a -1 perception.
Okay.
14.
Wisdom, dude. Let me school you.
I'm a little bit tipsy.
Okay, he says he'll be on in like 3 minutes.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say I just saw someone pop on.
yes, he said he totally spaced it and some stuff came up. Your shift passes by without incident. Who do you wake up next?
Hey, bro. Will you wake up? I'm gonna sleep now. You're up. Can I?
Okay.
Yes.
I make sure he actually wakes up.
I'm blinking.
Okay, and then I fall asleep.
Hey, perception check.
Alright.
That's a nice bag of holding.
Thanks. That's where my socks came in. Perception?
Yep.
16.
Okay. You passed through your hour without any incident as well. And then who do you wake up?
So he's gone, I've gone. Thornock, did he?
It would be Thornock or Lunera.
Lunera. I'm gonna wake up Lunera and be like,
Why destroy my people?
Her eyes open up and just start blazing fire.
Sorry.
Hi.
Hi, Reese.
Hey!
Hey, Reese.
Thordunk.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Is it me?
Can you hear me?
Oh, it might be pushed stop.
Thordunk.
All of that I just said on stream.
Well, the stream will hear you, but he won't.
Preston, I cannot hear you.
We can hear you.
Thordunk. Look at
Just a moment.
There you go. Now it's voice activity. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Thanks. Sorry about
You
that.
might get a little reverb. Sorry.
As I said
You're good,
before, Thordunk.
Hey.
So,
Sorry I was late.
no, you're fine, Reese. You're sleeping right now. Everybody's working in shifts for the evening. But are you actually sleeping? Like, are you getting good sleep after the revelation that she has been here?
Not really.
Okay.
Dunk. I can't remember her name. It's hereby what
Terminal.
She don't.
Taminal.
Tamina.
No, she don't.
No, she don't.
Alright, so Casey, what is your perception?
Oh, I'm not flipped. Can I reroll?
What?
It hit her bag of
It
holding.
hit my
and
bag and then
Okay,
I flipped
reroll.
it.
Get your bag out of the way, though.
Keep my bag out of the way. Oh. Okay. Plus perception. 9.
9.
9.
Nothing seems to happen.
That's because I'm terrible.
And then your hour passes by without anybody attacking you. And then you wake Thornock.
Of course.
Okay.
Thornock, wake up. It's your turn. Wake up!
Does Thornock know Murloc?
I was already awake and I was just being grumpy.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me a perception check, Reese.
It's pretty sure that's an 11.
11, okay.
It's a 10.
Let's see. Okay, everything passes by without incident. All right, so you all, Thornock finishes his shift in the morning, and you all slowly start to regain consciousness, just naturally, because that's how people do things normally.
Naturally.
No alarms. It's always nice.
I was gonna pick up Brahm and shake him a little bit.
What is going on?
Can you cook breakfast?
Yeah, here's some hardtack and salt beef. Breakfast is served.
I'm having whiskey for breakfast.
I drop Brahm.
So you all have a good morning of rations. You don't have to mark rations off yet because there's a whole day's worth of them in there. So if you want to mark 1/3 of a day's rations off.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah, you might die before then you don't even have to worry about it.
Whoa.
I say, I think we should investigate.
Mushrooms!
I think we should investigate the other room that we left behind before we venture any deeper
Indeed.
For science.
for
Okay.
science.
For science.
So you guys are going to be heading back towards the main entrance of the cave and
Right.
that
I want
room.
to make sure that I disable the trap that I found earlier.
The step.
At the step. Okay.
Yeah.
So what? So we're just moving through these rooms, back through these rooms.
Yes.
Okay. What's the marching order?
You first.
I'll be first. Yeah, I've
You
got the
can't
highest
see very
perception.
I can't. Yeah, it's dark.
So you gotta be
Yeah,
in the
it's still
middle.
dark.
So I'll go in the middle.
I'll bring it.
Unless you light a torch or use dancing lights or
Yeah,
something.
I'll just hang on to the back of their shirt.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You
So,
can hold on to my
Brom in the middle?
Fine.
Okay, I hold Lunera's tail.
So Lunera's
Just drag him
fourth.
I'll be in the middle. Yeah.
Okay, Lunera's fourth. You're last, and Thornock. You want to take second?
So scary.
Yep.
Squeezing so tight.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Is it fuzzy or
So
It's scaly.
you guys move on back through this little tunnel into back towards the barracks, and you get about 20 feet before you have to roll me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Not
one-
you, Reese.
The one camera doesn't show anything.
Which one? This one? This one? This one?
The main one.
The main one with
The one that shows
board?
the characters.
Now, this isn't a save. This is just a mod, right?
It's a save. It is a save. Mhm.
Okay.
Right now
20,
it's
natural 20, so
Natural
25.
All right, so you're moving along, and your foot taps, and you feel the tripwire, and you immediately spring back as about a dozen darts get flung across the wall.
That trap earlier?
That was not set up last night, or that was not set up when you guys got
When we
in.
came through.
What?
Right.
It's
That
a
means
magical cave.
someone. Well, we're not alone. Obviously, I'll tell everybody. We were looking for traps. I was looking for traps before. This is not here previously. So someone is here with us, and potentially, I'm guessing, knows that we're here as well.
evil doers.
Mission accomplished on finding traps.
Yeah, good. I'm good that way. Okay, let's continue on, but maybe I'll be going more slowly looking for more traps.
Okay.
There you
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
go. 22.
All right, so you make it back to that original tunnel without finding any more traps, right? It looks like they just had the one. And I need to move the map around, actually.
We'll be trapped. Reese, is the map showing now?
No, I only see our little characters.
Okay,
That is the map.
that is the map.
Yeah, that is the map.
You don't see.
Oh, well, now I see shadows.
Ooh.
He's getting
A
handsy.
mysterious figure. Ooh.
Yeah, we're using paper for now, so paper and pencil.
Oh, that's
Go ahead,
fine.
behind the DM screen.
Well, of course they're frozen.
The DM screen is frozen with Corey's beautiful face and what looks like a delicious red beverage.
Beautiful.
We got some delay.
Not sure.
Take the other one.
see.
The other ones are working
Those
fine.
ones are working. It's just his.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see Colby and Dalen fine.
Hey, man.
Is there something else?
What, you can't see my vibrant pink shirt?
No, I can see you and your pink shirt very well.
Okay,
And
okay.
my cat and Casey.
Okay, just making sure.
This is a professional stream. Everybody loves it. It's huge.
Huge.
It's gonna be huge.
It is huge.
All right, so we'll go ahead and pick it up when you guys get to the top of the staircase, and you immediately and you're going to try and disarm this trap.
How does that work?
So you're going to be using sleight of hand, and I believe you get a +2 bonus if you use thieves' tools or advantage. I can't remember exactly what it is.
Okay.
Can we do
So we'll just do-
advantage? That sounds better.
Yeah, that's true. It does. It'll be a +2.
Damn it.
So it'll be dexterity plus my sleight of hand bonus.
Yes. Well, your sleight of hand bonus should already include your dexterity or whatever associated skill it is,
Yeah.
and then you include your proficiency bonus because you're proficient with thieves' tools and you have them.
So natural 20. 25.
Wow.
I better
That's-
not be wasting these good
2
rolls
natural
here.
20s in a row.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, you just grab a rock and you just jam it under the stone. Simple as that. Like, don't even know why you even thought about not doing that. And you also realize that it's just connected and it was just creating a sliding staircase. If
Okay.
so, your natural 20 allowed you to see what the nature of the trap was.
Cool. Oh.
And then you can see down. So again, it drops down about I believe it is about 10 feet. Yeah, 10 feet down, and then it leads into this. To your right, the broad steps are roughly hewn into the natural ramp. The cave below is carpeted with profusion of fungus ranging from a few inches high to nearly as tall as a human adult. 2 paths lead through the fungi, one on the right and one on the left.
You did a ritual that's kind of detect magic,
I
right?
did. It lasts just a little bit. It takes me 10 minutes to cast it, so if you guys don't mind
Well,
standing
but
there.
weren't you in range already of these mushrooms last time?
Yeah, last time you cast it, we were in this.
Last time I didn't detect any magic
Right.
when we were here. Yes.
Okay. Well, left first.
Yeah. Can I grab one of the funguses and put it in a vial?
Can you see?
Have a vial.
Is there a light enough for me to see?
Are you sure you want to
You know, like
touch
face
them?
first.
It's actually kind of dimly lit at this point. You can barely make the outline of the funguses of the fungi.
He's still holding
I
it.
want one.
Well,
guys.
you're
You
gonna
want to like do like
Let me see. Do I even have a vial?
see if they're bad mushrooms.
Can I put it in my acid vial?
In your
That's all I have. I just want to see
no.
how it reacts.
Well, okay, so you're
No, I don't
gonna
wanna
go
do
ahead.
I will just put it in my pocket.
Okay, so you guys are we? So do you go first, or are you just gonna do that as you guys are walking along?
Just as we're walking, just
Okay.
Let's keep the
stuff
same
in my
order.
pocket. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are walking
We're
down.
gonna be going slow, like a little more slowly, looking for traps and
Let's
such.
see here.
Do I like notice anything about it? Does it smell weird? Anything like that?
Okay, you go ahead and you actually pick it up and you examine it. It doesn't smell weird at all. It smells like a normal mushroom.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't look any different at all.
Is there
I'm just gonna
any
hang on just in
indication
case.
of what's causing all of this mushroom growth? Any like decay?
It looks like it's being cultivated. It almost looks like a mushroom farm. You can go ahead and roll me a nature check if you want to learn more. Would you like to know more?
I would.
I would too.
Ooh, there's my bad rolls.
Uh-oh.
You
You know it's a mushroom.
These are trees,
18
guys.
plus 3, 21.
21.
It looks as if somebody is farming these mushrooms. It's like you can see a few stalks over on the left
There's
side
a
that have
farmer
been cut
in
or
these
pulled,
caves.
and something here.
Somebody lives off these. I throw it back. I don't want to get in trouble by Farmer McGee or whatever.
Okay.
I put it back.
I'll write that name down here.
Farmer McGee.
So you go.
Get
So you
real
take the mushroom
upset.
out and you throw it back on the ground.
It's
It
regular.
looks like somebody just picked a mushroom just because they wanted to destroy a mushroom
I
now.
don't
So
want to get in trouble.
okay. All right. So we move on.
Yes.
The path continues down. You can kind of see it just kind of goes up into a cave overhead, and it leads along until it kind of opens up into this cavern. Let's see. There's still some fungus kind of dotting the area, not in any sort of cultivated pattern anymore. It's just kind of like naturally growing now. Again, there are some that are taller, there's some that are shorter, but these ones seem to be a little bit more natural, just like they haven't been disturbed for a while. And you just see there is, you kind of go in and you look up and you just see that the top of this cave ceiling is just covered with bats. There's just a bunch of sleeping bats up at the top of the cave.
We're in Bruce Wayne's cave.
Shortcut to mushrooms.
Does it end here? Is this the cavern as far as we can tell?
It looks as if the cavern continues on, and it kind of goes on and down into a steeper level, and then there appears to be a few branching tunnels as well.
There's so many tunnels.
I'm gonna have to draw a map.
Guys,
draw a
should
map.
we split up?
No.
Here, let me give
Don't split up the party.
Okay.
Here, actually, hand it to me. I'll trace out what you guys have seen so far.
you. Don't you have paper over there?
I do, but I want to use it for other things, for bad guys.
As closely as I can.
So, it looks like there's a lot to explore here. You guys want to do everything?
Well,
There's
let's
the offer?
let's go down and check it out at least.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we proceed with caution, trying not to make noise so that we don't wake up the bats.
Okay, everybody needs to go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Let's see that.
Actually, I think I'm pretty.
18.
That's a 6.
20.
Okay.
Math. Plus 6, so that's 26. Natural 20 plus 6.
7.
11.
Mine was 6.
Alright. These guys suck.
Alright, so everybody can kind of get a good idea.
I'm sorry. Deception is plus 6. Stealth is plus 4.
Still.
24 still.
24.
Alright, so everybody can get a good idea. I've got it over here and I'll hand it to you guys, but I just want to show anybody on stream. So this is the cave entrance right here. We'll just mark that with an E. And then this is that main area, and this over here is the fungal grove. And then you guys went down here into this giant kind of cavern.
Slide towards you just a little bit. The camera for you.
Oh yeah, the other way, other direction.
Other direction.
Yeah. There you go. A little more, a little more.
There you
Right
go.
there.
There you go. Now we
So,
can see it.
so right here is where you guys are as you guys are moving through this cave, and there is, again, it kind of just drops off into a more open cavern over here. There seems to be a staircase heading down this way, and then there seems to be another trail heading off that way.
Okay. So we could go forward, left, or right.
Yep. And then what was everybody's stealth check?
18, 24.
11. 12.
12.
7.
7. And Reese?
Sir.
6.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Be right back.
All right. So you kind of move along. There's a few moments where like Lunira kicks a stone and you have to like dive and grab it, or Thornock smacks his leg into one of the walls and goes to swear, and Braum has to like silence him. I don't know how Braum got up there, but he did.
Magically.
Eat up his leg and.
So the question is, which direction would you like to go?
Okay. So it's either left, right, or forward.
Left, right, or forward?
We could do flip a coin in which direction.
Well, it looks like the cavern continues on, like the main body of the cavern's continuing straight. I'd kind of almost rather explore the rest of the sort of main area before we go out to the branching paths.
Sense?
What say ye?
Strength round to me.
Okay.
I'm in.
Dallin's busy
My
peeing.
perception on.
Or I mean,
Akio is
Akio
in the
is
corner.
busy peeing.
Taking
Leaving
sweet
himself.
time.
So yeah, let's go forward, continuing slowly.
He can't see
Maybe
anything anyway.
should I or one of us maybe kind of scout ahead a little bit?
Yep.
Since
Probably.
we've got dark vision and stealthiness.
Mm-hmm.
Let me scout ahead a little bit. Just forward into the main cavern.
All right.
Go slowly looking for traps and such.
So we'll put the main party. And again, this is very not to scale. And then you head off in this direction.
Yes.
What happens is you end up seeing there's another giant cavern in here. There appear to be 2 5-foot drop-offs here and here. And it kind of just leads, and the first thing you notice is this acrid odor, this foul-smelling odor, and then you see why it appears like there's a bunch of just garbage and refuse just strewn about at the bottom of this cave, and it's just a single cavern that ends. In fact, we can end it
Right there.
just like that. Yep.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll me a perception check.
10.
Okay. You see a few tantalizing glints of metal and some parchment that looks more or less intact, kind of strewn about in the rubble.
Okay.
But most of it looks to be just like ratty clothes, old banana peels all over the place, just strewn with banana peels.
I'll jump down and investigate it.
Those damn kobolds and their bananas.
That is
It's a gorilla.
the parchment
Cave
and
gorilla.
the shiny metal.
Can I also jump down with him and see if there's any sign of Tamanel?
Okay. So Thornock comes marching up shortly after you jump down, and he drops down in as well.
So it looks like a garbage pit.
Okay, everybody go ahead and give me one perception check. Are we really focusing on this area then?
I'm just gonna watch.
Okay. But are you guys back in the bat cave, or are you
It is the back cave.
or are you forward in the kind of in the area above the ledges?
In the area above the ledges where I'm at, and
Okay.
I'm just kind of holding watch, but I'm not close enough that I'd want to be on the ledges. I want to be on the wherever it goes out into the back cave kind of thing.
Okay, so right about there.
Yeah.
And what about you two?
I'm just sitting on a rock, drinking.
After he got done peeing.
Yeah.
I peed away from the bats as to not disturb
We
them.
saw you go off into the corner.
Yeah, it was good.
Perception check.
I had to
Yep.
go.
I got a 14.
Okay, 14. And then Thornock, what'd you get?
I got an 18.
An 18? Okay, so you guys are going through. You don't find anything. You're kind of focused on everything. You find a belt buckle and realize, oh, that was the shiny thing that I was seeing before. Thornock, you're looking through, and you get over to an area and you see that there's this book on the ground, and you go and you open it up, and you can see that. Well, all the pages to you look illegible, which for our barbarian isn't too much of a difference, but they do look like they've been really worn.
Is reading intelligence or wisdom?
Reading would be intelligence. I don't know. Can barbarians read now in 5th edition? Did they make that so that they can read and write?
I'm real dumb, so it doesn't matter.
Intelligence and wisdom doesn't know that.
Can Thornock read and write
I
then?
can help
Character
you,
choice?
Thornock.
Define read and write.
Scratching symbols to make words and on paper, and being able to look at those scratches and know what they mean.
He reads to the same level of kindergartner.
All right.
So not much.
So he knows the word cat, but not much else. So Thornock, you're kind of going through, and you're kicking stuff aside when you hear this scratching noise, and you look up in time to see that there's this crevice in the wall that you didn't notice before, and 4 bluish lizard-like creatures are scrambling out of it to attack you. So you are going to you'll have enough time to back up, and we'll be getting into combat. So I want everybody to roll me initiative.
Everyone?
Yeah. Unless you're choosing not to participate.
Why? I would. I just wasn't sure.
I'm going last.
Go.
3.
So you're 7 more chance.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and draw a cave here. And then a ledge. And then another ledge. And then back into. So we've got
Should I give you a Sharpie next time?
Brom here. Well, I need to bring like a marker or
You might
something.
want to move your thing this way now.
Which way? This.
This direction.
And down. If
Yeah.
you go up there, click on the one that says DM, camera DM on the left bottom. Just click the little eyeball next to it and look it so you can see what you do.
This one?
Here. Thornock is
I can see the
here.
cursor.
Dinner is
On
here.
the very top one. Yes, in that same
And-
one that you referenced.
I don't see an eyeball.
Alan's not seeing so well right now.
That's
Either.
okay.
Well, I see well, just not eyeballs.
Yeah, it's the top one, the very top one on that list.
Okay.
You click,
Yeah.
and then there's an eyeball to the very left, all the way left. An icon, when you click it, it'll on the.
Yeah, I'm not seeing an
That's okay.
eyeball. You're gonna have to do this.
It's okay.
I just see a red outline
Right here.
around the.
So right here.
Oh, in this panel.
Yeah, in this panel. Sorry.
Oh.
Boop, and then you can see the.
Okay, and then 1,
That way it's not.
2.
Okay.
Back you up a little bit.
Okay.
3 and 4.
Envelopes are.
Okay.
Oh, right. I was describing that very well.
I thought you meant like in
Look
an
for the
actual
eyeball.
pane, and I was
Come
like,
on.
it's just red. I swear. It highlights it red. It's okay. I work on computers. I know these things.
It's all great.
So these are, again, they are bluish creatures. They have very lizard-like features, not draconic
Dragon.
features, just very lizard. However you want to determine that.
Are they humanoid?
Yes, they are humanoid. And they seem to be wearing just like the barest hint of scraps for clothes. And they
Like
are.
me.
So.
Wild kobolds.
So you're saying that they're kinky lizards?
Yes. And we're gonna call them. We're gonna call the big guy, big guy.
Big Dan.
Big guy.
Go
Alright.
figure.
Big Dan. Cherish.
Then we're gonna have Archer, which is the orc back here with the crossbow. But remember, they're all lizards.
We're all lizards.
They're all lizards.
Use
And then
your
we've got
imagination.
the actual lizard.
Another one of those lizards.
And then we're gonna call her Medusa.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Sula monkey.
don't worry, she's not a Medusa. Alright, Lunera, what'd you get?
I got, let's see.
So it's D20 plus your initiative.
I got 17.
17. Brahm.
Natural one, but 4.
Okay. But 4.
But 4.
A but 4. Ari
9.
got a 9. Akio
16.
16. And Thornock
18.
Yeah.
18. Nice.
Okay.
All right. So on your turn, you guys can always do checks to try and determine what these guys are. As you know, you just do like a nature check. Or I'll tell you which check it is.
Can I see him from where I'm at?
Yes, you can, because you have low light vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have dark vision, full on dark vision.
As a gnome, pretty sure. So make sure.
Okay.
Dark vision, yep.
I can just hear lizards.
Can't discern color, but I can see.
How do you hear
Yeah, you just hear them kind of
The flicking
climbing
of
out
the
of the walls, and you hear.
Somebody's hungry.
So the first one who's gonna go is the Medusa here, and she's gonna come around to about there,
Uh-oh.
and she is going to make a. She's gonna dive in and try to bite you, and then make a couple attacks with her claws as well.
Free blows.
So that's 16 to hit. Dornock.
So I wanted to. It hits either way.
Okay. What were you? What were you?
I was trying to decide if I wanted. It's not big. Don't worry about it. I'm using the great sword.
Okay. So so she bites in at you. She only does 3 piercing damage. But then she's going to make a couple of claw attacks as well. Where is my? There it is. And that is a 10, which is going to miss, and a 19, which will hit.
Yep.
So one of her claws does another 3 slashing damage. So she kind of bites in and she scrabbles on you a little bit and tears off a little bit of skin.
Ouch.
And then it is your turn. Now, at the beginning of your turn, you are within 5 feet of 2 of them. Yeah, that guy's probably just a little bit too far away of them. So I need you to make me 2 Constitution saving throws, please.
Learned my lesson from Star Wars.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I don't want to.
Sorry, make me 1 first.
R2.
So is it 1 or 2?
Just the one, just that first roll to start, and we'll see where it goes from there. So Constitution saving
It was a 15.
Okay, so the 15th, you don't have to make any more saving throws. You can smell this overwhelming stench, but you manage to kind of muscle through it and avoid any sort of issues from it. So now you may go with the rest of your turn.
Oh.
I would like to rage.
Obviously.
And I would like to murder whichever one is closer or smellier.
So the closest one to you is probably the one that has a hunk of your flesh in her mouth, right here. I don't know how long the delay is, but you'll see in just a few moments. Just tap.
About 15 seconds.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attack then.
Oh, that was a natural 19, so 24.
Wow. And go ahead and roll damage.
Seven plus 3 plus 12.
12, okay. You slice her along her chest and she kind of backs off a little bit. She's clutching her chest now, but she's still standing. Alright, then it is Munira's turn.
Let's get this party started. So
you're probably about
a long ways away, it looks like.
45 or 50 feet away.
Wow.
From the melee.
So I can do my my lovely ability to where I can move and then make my second attack?
No, so you at this point, because you don't have that feat yet, it requires a feat to do a charge. Apparently I didn't know that. So you can move probably to about here, and then that's only 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 away if you have a weapon that you can throw that has a range of 25 feet.
You probably don't want to lose your weapon though, unless you've got another one you can replace it.
Or you can double move and get down to the melee, but you won't be able to. Actually, you could get down there and use your extra action if you wanted.
Yeah, that's...
Is that what you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Hey, well, go me. All right, so yeah, so you'll be able to move the entire distance down there. They're just 5-foot drops, so you just bound, and make it to the Medusa lady.
All right, let's kick the Medusa lady in the snakes.
Okay. She actually does have like a snake scarf, so it's more like hitting her in the neck.
Let's see, 14.
14? That will hit.
Yes. Right, because it's the 10 plus the weapon.
Yep, 10 plus the
It's
weapon.
been a week.
Mhm.
All right, perfect. Woo!
Yep,
Okay.
go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. 6.
6 is enough to kill her.
Yeah.
So you come in and you just take that same wound and you just slice right through it with your sword. And then with your you do have 2 attacks because of your extra action just gives you a whole nother action.
Oh.
So you could throw an axe if you wanted to. Or you could throw an axe. Same issue as before with the weapon thing.
Guys, do you think I should tie a rope on it?
I don't think you have enough time to tie a rope.
That would take the year.
No.
Alright.
I think I'm good.
Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and call it good there. And then we have
Eyes really long flail.
the lizard is going to slide in here. He's going to move around strategically to avoid that attack of opportunity that Thornock wants to do. And then he's going to try and attack you. So first is the bite, and that is a 12.
16.
Okay, and then the 2 claws, and those are a max of 13, so you're good. So you're able to kind of block each of the attacks, and we're going to move on.
Nice shove him.
Yeah, like, but
Just
it's,
like,
not, it's not going to
just
do
not very
anything,
far,
it's
of
just like,
course.
you're just going to be like, no,
But basically, like,
no,
no.
don't. The big guy is going to go ahead and he's going to just make 3 attacks on Thornock. And he rolls a 10 on the bite. That's not going to do it. And he rolls a pair of 12s. Does 12 hit your armor class?
No.
Okay, didn't think so. All right, so he just kind of ineffectually slashes at you and everything. They appear to be a little emaciated, so it might be that they're a little tired. Yeah. They just want food. Can't you guys just give them like a little bit of your flesh?
No.
This one is going to come around and he's just going to enter the melee. They're not too... All right, Thornock, that is a 21 versus your AC for that, so that's going to be just another 3 piercing damage.
So that goes to 2 because I'm raging?
Yep. And then the claw attacks. One is a 13 versus AC, which I assume misses. And then the other one...
13 is my AC.
Oh, it is? Perfect. For me.
Because I'm using my great sword.
Perfect, yeah. Okay. So both of them will hit then, and it's going to be... One is 4, so cut in half 2. And the other is another 3, so cut in half 2 again. So just another 4 damage total after the halving.
Cool.
And then it is Akio.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt
Okay.
at
What's the range?
120.
Yeah.
At the
I shouldn't even ask for wizards. Like they're everywhere.
At the one that just bit Thornock or slashed him or whatever.
This guy is the one that actually hit on that.
Let's just
So
hit that guy then.
yep. Okay, go ahead and roll the attack.
21.
21.
Singe's
That will
eyebrows.
hit.
Okay.
He's a lizard. He doesn't have
7
eyebrows.
damage.
Singe his whiskers.
Whiskers. 7. Okay.
Uh-huh.
7 equals math. Okay. All right. Yep. You kind of hit him in the shoulder. You can see that there's that. Well, you can't really see. There's that black mark. You can't really see.
Should I roll disadvantage?
Yes. You roll me another for disadvantage.
For the hit or the...
For the hit.
Okay. 20.
Yeah.
Even better.
No, it was
or
the
one
same. It
less.
was one
One
less,
less,
but
okay.
still.
Alrighty, yeah. Despite the fact that you can't see, and as you kind of streak this firebolt out, it lights up the cavern, and you get kind of a
See
view
where
of
it's going.
yeah, and it hits him, and you can see that just like the barrest that it hits him before it extinguishes because it's not
Right.
lasting fire. Alrighty, and then
Drunk vision.
Ari, it is your turn.
I've got the force.
Okay. I'm going to...
We still having freezing issues in?
I want to like
Some more, yes.
come running around here and like kick off the wall,
Okay.
flying leap attack
Alright.
on that guy.
Hey, go ahead and roll me the attack.
Is that a bonus action to jump off the wall?
No, it's just a monk action,
Yeah.
kung fu action.
14.
14 will hit.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, real quick. As my bonus action, can I move a little bit closer into the cave?
Yeah, you're
I
just
can
gonna move up to
30
this.
feet, yeah.
Because you can move here, or you can jump down to the next level here. 5 feet for a drop. It won't do anything.
Let's just jump down.
Okay. Roll me a dex because you're drunk. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's.
Well, I was kidding. We're all 7 now.
So 7 damage. So you come in and you do that flying leap kick, and you hear that crack as your foot connects with the back of the creature, and it just crumples to the ground.
Nice.
Broke his back.
And then with my extra unarmed strike, I'll hit the big guy.
Okay, so you just kind of spin in for another roundhouse kick.
Yes. 19.
19 will hit.
Or 6 damage.
Okay. Alrighty, so you smack into him and he kind of stumbles backwards, clutching the rib that you probably cracked. And then Brahm, it is your turn.
Okay. I am, as far as from where I'm at, do I perceive that there's anything going on in the cave behind me?
Like the cave back there?
Yeah, like,
No.
is anything being disturbed by what's going on?
Nope, you don't seem to see any of the bats or anything fluttering around.
I want to, from this point, I'm going to cast my Vicious Mockery cantrip.
Okay.
It is a range of 60 feet, and from where I'm at, am I in 60 feet?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I want to cast it on, because they're just on the edge of where I can see them.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cast it on the one that's farthest, or that's closest to me on the left.
This guy. Lizard
Big guy.
or big guy?
Big guy.
Big guy, okay.
Big guy.
I'm going to cast it at big guy, and basically I'm going to say, go back to the hole where you came from, you nasty lizard.
Okay, is it a roll or is it a save?
It is a string of lace insult, 24 to take damage, disadvantage next attack roll. If it misses its wisdom saving throw
Okay, so it's
of 12.
Wisdom saving throw.
4.
It does in fact miss it. And what was the damage?
2.
2 damage? And disadvantage on its next attack roll?
Yes, disadvantage on its next attack roll before the end of its next turn. So.
Okay.
Nice.
It starts looking really nervous as the echoes of go back to your home come in, and it just starts kind of like slowly taking a few steps back, but it doesn't really want to leave combat yet. Like it's kind of divided between its fear of this voice in its head and the fear of not being able to eat.
Go back.
And then,
Scared.
Go home, little fella.
all right, and then it is up to the top of the round with Thornog.
I want to murder the big one.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Sure.
Would it be considered a bonus action for me to grab part of a ration and throw it as a distraction?
Yeah, I could.
Let's turn off Dropbox.
I thought about the same thing though.
Yeah, go. I mean, go ahead and throw part of the ration.
There's only 2 left.
If you would like to do that, you can gain advantage on it. It will be actually a.
You have to feed it rations.
We're just gonna say it's an intimidation check. Part of an intimidation check here,
Okay.
but you do get advantage on it because he is pretty hungry.
Okay.
For some reason, my intimidation's actually pretty
So, intimidation. That's an 18.
18.
Based off of charisma. Based off of charisma.
yeah, my charisma's pretty good.
Okay, yeah. You pull out the food and you throw it off in a specific direction back the way you came or whatever, and the guy that you want to attack kind of follows it with his eyes, so he's distracted for your attack.
So while he's distracted, I want to try to chop his whole head off.
Okay. All right, you have advantage on this.
Nice.
What about half of it?
Righteous.
21.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, that's not great.
It's a great sword. It's always great.
It's 10.
Okay. Well, that's enough to lop his head off.
So that's over.
Yes.
Yeah.
So his eyes follow the food, and then shortly after, his head follows the food.
No.
Yeah, biting.
And then it is, let's see, so that's him. It is Lunera.
All right.
Lunar, since you start your turn within 5 feet, I need you to roll me a Constitution save.
Constitution.
Yep.
Alright.
Nothing.
Ooh,
Still being
ow. 4?
too hot.
4 total? So you got next to the creature and you killed one, but the stench is just overwhelming. You are poisoned.
Oh, guys.
And you will take damage at the end of your turn.
I got
So
poisoned.
go ahead and do what you're going to do in the meantime.
I would like to knock that stenchy bastard away.
Okay?
But I would also like to kill it.
Alright.
So I'm gonna knock it away by killing it. Oh, wow.
So
7.
your first attack swings in and he ducks out of the way. And then you have your follow-up with your axe if you would like.
Yes. 8. Wow.
8. And then you follow up with your axe and again he dives under it.
It's so stinky that you're just...
And then you're going to go ahead and just take...
My eyes are watering.
I know. We're tripping.
You're going to go ahead and take 5 poison damage.
5?
Yep.
That is some severe stench.
And that you are poisoned until the start of the creature's next turn. Or until, sorry, the start of your next turn. It says the creature is in you.
I am a creature.
And then it is the lizard's turn, and he's going to respond by trying to bite you and then claw you.
What a jerk.
So that's 23 on the bite for 3 damage. I'm rolling low on damage tonight. And then for the claws, we've got a 10, which won't hit, and a 17.
That will hit.
And that is for 5 damage.
Dang, yo.
As he just comes in and tries slashing at you and gnawing on your leg a little bit. Yep. And then it's Akio.
Can I tell what they are? These lizard things? Or is it too dark for me?
It's too dark for you to really get a clear view. You can make a nature check with disadvantage given what you saw when you lit them up, basically.
Okay. So that must be 21. That would be 15.
15. You've seen drawings of troglodytes before, but you don't really remember too much from your studies. As far as it goes, you just know that they're obviously not lizard folk because they're in a cave. Lizard folk. You know that much about lizard folk. And they're not draconic in features, so it's pretty much like process of elimination at this point.
Okay.
They're troglodytes.
Well, I'm just gonna firebolt this guy.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me twice. Disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. 13. 18.
18 will hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
5.
Okay. As you smack into him again, like everybody else just kind of is completely amazed that you keep on hitting these.
Can't even see these
Then
guys.
it is Ari. You are not within 5 feet,
Okay.
so
I'll move
I've
up
had a
you
lot
can
of
move in
practice.
and just do my regular.
1-2 punch.
Yeah.
I'm a high functioning alcoholic,
It's
not
true.
a low functioning.
14
14 will hit.
for 8 damage.
And that's enough to kill it.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Bobby's small.
I want to snap its neck with a roundhouse.
Dang.
So is it like a roundhouse that snaps its neck, or do you bring your leg around its neck and then use your leg to snap it?
No, I bring my leg around its neck and then actually slam him into the ground.
Nice.
Like a
Perfect.
scorpion strap.
That's right.
And he drops. Yeah. Okay.
Guys, we could have been our pets.
Jerks. Troglodytes don't make good pets.
We'll find you
How do
something
I know it's a
different.
troglodyte, you ask?
I told you when
It's a troglodyte!
That was what I said when I launched my fire.
Yeah, that was the firebolt spell. So that is.
I want a pet,
I think
guys.
here
We'll find you one.
I want a wolf.
40 XP each, I believe.
Okay, we'll find you one.
I want a
40
wolf.
XP.
Yep, just 40
Yeah.
XP each.
40?
Yep.
That's one step closer to a wolf pet.
40.
44. Why?
All right. So what's the plan now, guys?
I need to kill a dragon.
Let's go back to where it forked and take the path on the left. Yes.
Okay. So as you guys are on your way out, you're just climbing up this, the small ravine and everything.
Did Thornok grab that book, by the way?
Thornok, did you grab that book?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Can I
So I'm gonna grab Brahm
Uh huh. Okay.
and I'm gonna pick him up so I can whisper to him.
Hey
there,
baby.
I don't know words well.
I can...
But these words, and I just hold up the book to his face, except it's really close. It's like touching his nose.
I do believe you are correct. You are correct. Yes, those are words.
Tell me the words. Tell me the words, and I rub his face in it.
Can I read those words?
You look at them, and they are barely legible words. They've been really worn down, and the book seems to be like ruined and in tatters.
Yeah.
Have I seen? So it's ruined. It's not like it's something a different kind of like a obscure message.
No, it doesn't look like it's any obscure message. It looks like a really old book. It's a fairly big book, and as you're actually flipping through the pages, you open it up and you see that the page is maybe about 20 in. It's just hollow on the inside, and there is a small pouch sitting in there.
I open the pouch.
I'm going to hold the book and step away.
Without the pouch?
Without the pouch. He's going to hold the pouch and I'm going to step away.
Thornok's got it.
Thornok, you look inside, and there appear to be about, well, if you can count, there's a handful of precious gems inside.
Oh, shinies.
Chinese.
So looking through them right now, I mean, obviously you can try and appraise them if you'd like, if you know any sort of appraisal craft.
I know zero appraisal craft, but I was a pirate. Does that count?
Yeah, it would be. So we would be looking at probably an investigate check. I think would be closest to appraisal that I could think of. So you would want to do an investigate check to find out anything about what these things would be worth.
That's a 2. I know they're real shiny.
The book.
They look really shiny.
I want to be the book. Is there anything else about the book that seems out of place?
No, the last page just says if you've reached this page, then you probably found my secret stash. Good job.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at Thornok and say, do you want this book?
What?
Do you want the book? I just say, never mind, and I just throw it back over my head.
I got you.
Trash.
There's nothing in the book.
I set it down.
Whatever.
I just take the shinies and I put them in my bag.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask someone who's slightly more trustworthy later.
Okay.
You can trust me, Thornok.
All right. So go ahead and add.
You're saying his name wrong.
Do me a favor and just add to your character sheet, or just write down a pouch of gems, and then just write page 22.5. Just so I have a reference for what it is later. If it takes like a year and you're like, I don't know what this is. It's happened before, okay?
What is it? Page
22.5.
Pretty sure this one's like the Eye of Death, and this one's like.
He's got a deck of many things.
I
in
would
there.
like to heal myself a little bit if I
I
can.
also would like to heal myself.
All right. You can take a quick short rest. I believe your extra action refreshes at a short rest. But I have to confirm that.
And I'm going to use my
I should really write
Bardic
myself
and not Bardic, Song of Rest. Soothing music to revitalize wounded allies. They can take a extra 1d6 hit points.
Okay. So you're going to use one of your hit dice that you have.
That's a 10-sider.
Yep. So for you it should be a d10, and then you'll add an extra d6 on that as well.
Yeah.
Sweet. I haven't taken damage in like 3 nights. Yes,
Really?
Oh,
I mean, I took damage.
goaded the DM. Bad move.
Man, I'm not doing my job correctly. That's
I'm
for sure.
far away.
Well, these guys are basking in the warm glow of bardic music. I just want to scout ahead a little bit, and when we go back, let's see, where did the? Okay, so we're back here, right?
Short, yeah. So it's a short rest or a long rest.
Okay, so that one is
Get rid of this.
Yeah, obviously, 'cause it's okay, I will use this one.
So we'll go back.
So you guys, so you,
Use the camera.
So 3d10.
the trog.
Right. So I just want to. So we're all back
3,
here.
8.
Nice.
Happy little fork in the road
Yep.
So
land.
Does
that's
that bring you?
And I want to scout ahead, slowly looking for traps, etc.
Okay.
Um,
So you're gonna go ahead and on the right side or the left side?
it'll be this way.
okay.
Into
So
the,
then
Okay,
we're
so
d6.
exactly.
1d6.
So you got 9 back.
So 9 back. Yeah, not too bad.
You got 9. Did you hear that, Thornock?
No.
I was playing my Song of Rest on my drum. And so you get an extra 1d6 for if you're anyone who does a hit dice gets an extra.
Oh, cool. That pretty much healed me all the way up. Because I'm not a sissy and don't stand in the back.
Well, maybe I'm just smart, you dumb oaf.
Oh, hey, them's fighting words, guys. Dice.
Guys,
Dice.
damn fine.
I don't let my
Guys.
women get kidnapped.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Thornock.
Do you want me to roll a perception check?
No, I want you to respond to what Akio just said to you.
21.
He cut out, so I didn't hear it.
I said, I don't let my women get kidnapped.
So I pick him up Hulk Hogan style and throw him down the way.
I don't think you can pick me up. I'm almost as tall as you, pal.
Go ahead and roll me just an attack roll. Thornock.
20.
Yeah, I think that hits.
I go, I'm on your side, man.
Moments before he hurls you. Go ahead and roll 1d6 damage, Thornock, for the blood wounds.
Do I add my normal strength
No,
modifier?
it's just falling damage.
3.
Okay, so Akio takes 3 points of damage and lands in a pile of trash. So,
Up and like,
2 points of pride damage. That comes from your pride hit points, but yeah, you're immune to pride damage when you're drunk.
I have no pride.
That pride
Prideless.
saving throw is made with advantage.
Yep. All right, so yeah, just take your 3 points of damage, and then you can climb your way back up.
I just say, I'll help you find your girlfriend, and I kind of pat him on the back.
You said
I
you
walk off.
21.
21, yeah.
Okay.
Thorn up. I'm sorry, I was young, and I really want to help you.
So you're going along, and the tunnel kind of narrows in before heading back out again, and you're kind of moving along, and you notice that the floor in front of you isn't actually a floor; it's a thing of heavy cloth that's been painted to look like the floor, and then you just like grab the cloth and kind of examine it a little bit, realize that there's no traps attached to it, so you pull it away, and you reveal a what is it, a 10-foot drop? Let's see.
Large pit. Anything shiny at the
So
bottom.
there's actually not a drop. It's just it's like a foot or two down, and it's just filled with spikes up at the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing shiny.
Nope. And then there appeared to be just a little tiny ledge that you guys might be able to work your way around to get to the next area.
Okay. I go back and let everybody know what I found. I said, watch out for the spikes.
I apologize to Thornock. I want to be on good terms with my party. Can I do a charisma throw or something?
Does he need to make a diplomacy check, Thornock, or do you forgive him?
He might need to make a diplomacy check.
What is that one? Charisma?
It's under diplomacy.
Do I have?
It's,
I don't think I do.
No, there's the skills in it.
I don't think I have a
you
diplomacy.
have
I don't have a
Persuasion.
Persuasion?
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry. 4th edition here.
13.
10. Oh, yeah, 13.
Thornock, roll me an insight check.
Ooh, he's lucky. That's a 5.
Yep, you believe he is sincere.
I just don't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Fine.
You just like pat him on the
Well,
shoulder
no,
a little bit, like.
gently pat you on the back and say, I got your back, buddy.
If you ever do that again, I will throw you again. Except it will be taller.
I will throw you taller.
Okay, buddy. And I pat him on the back.
Let's see.
Got it.
No, like a bomb.
So you enter. So you kind of are scouting ahead. Go ahead and roll me another stealth check, please.
Stealth?
Just sorry.
Oh boy.
I'm thirsty for some drink. You can have
Of course.
I'm so thirsty.
Can Akio and I start drinking heavily?
Yes.
I
That's
hand
a
you
reaction.
I hand you my thing. Sorry, bud. Have some of my drink. It's good.
So what'd you get for your stealth check?
7.
That's how I know you're sincere.
Now I'm gonna play my lute just for kicks and giggles. Nothing. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I literally can't see, so this is a
With
great
you
sound.
again.
Hello. That wasn't soothing at all.
So you're moving along. You see a two-part cavern. There's another tunnel that kind of leads off to the left from where you're facing. This upper part has kind of these wooden spikes kind of facing out towards the lower part of the pit. And you see 4 kobolds and 1 winged kobold, which is basically just a kobold that has a pair of dragon-like wings.
Okay, I thought you said weaned.
Weaned,
Like
a weaned.
baby
Yep.
that you weaned
Yep,
off the bottle.
he's no longer on the bottle. It's great. He's really happy about it.
You know, we know they
A weaned kobold.
And then you see like there's this little gate down a few steps leading to the lower part,
Okay.
and along the back wall there's a bunch of different instruments. You're not really sure what their use is, but they just seem to be stacked up on a rack.
Okay.
And as you're kind of moving along, they look over and they spot you, and well, for lack of a better term, they just basically go ah, you know, like body snatchers.
Am I close enough to see any of this?
No, you guys are still hanging back like while he's scouting ahead. What would you like to do?
How far am I from the rest of the party at this point?
You are probably about. If they're over at the spike trap, you're maybe about. No, I guess they would be able to see you. It's not as long as I thought it was. You're about 25, 30 feet away from them. So
Can I
yeah.
cast minor illusion on him?
Hey,
On her?
For
Wait,
I'm
you look
fine
like
being
a kobold.
androgynous for the purposes
Okay.
of Dungeons and Dragons.
so
I make you look like
all
a
elves are androgynous anyway. That's just how they roll.
roll with us.
It wouldn't. You wouldn't have enough knowledge to know that he needs to look like a kobold right now, I would say.
Yeah, you
Alright.
probably don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they're a little bit around the corner. Only he can see them.
So I just yell over my shoulder, and I say, "Kobolds!" But then I say, "Watch out for the spikes!"
And it's at that point that the bats all wake up and start screeching and flying
Can I
around
minor illusion
everybody.
myself to look like a bat?
Yes, you look like a
So they
gigantic bat. It's not.
I'm your mommy!
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead.
Don't kill me, please.
Let's see here.
And bravely ran away.
Sonar and stuff.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start combat again here.
Oh boy.
Do I get advantage because I look like a bat?
And we're just gonna play this one kind of by ear. Is everybody okay with that?
Yep,
Just
totally
because
fine.
it's easier
Yeah.
than me wasting time drawing paper.
Yeah.
I will have
Yeah.
prepped stuff next week, most likely.
Well, not next week because.
Well, no,
Well, it's still nice.
We're playing a week from
Yeah.
tonight,
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Noise day.
That's right.
and that's our all-nighter.
yes.
I'm
so
good
drink
till
lots of
like
caffeine.
2 or 3 a.m.
I'll bring a lot of amp.
Bring
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna
lot.
bring
I'll bring the
so much
rest of
soda.
my booze.
So
No,
much
that will make you
soda.
go to sleep.
Not that one. He gets louder.
It's true. An hour.
Yep.
And then you fall asleep.
But then I wake up and I'm awesome.
I'm awesome.
No, you're not, dude.
Everything is
Don't lie.
awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
So that should be our. We're the awesome team.
Team Awesome?
Team
Incorporated.
awesome.
Team awesome.
Yes, I'm sure that's never been used in a D&D campaign before.
I don't want to be Team Awesome.
All right,
I
fine.
take it
Critically
back.
awesome.
Can we be Team Rocket?
Now there is a unique name. Let's see
Akio
here.
is blasting off again. As Thornock throws him.
Yep.
And then I go in the background.
So many cool creatures in here that I gotta put you guys through.
Kobolds Incorporated.
We could be the Kobold Slayers.
All right.
That name doesn't scale very well. That's the problem.
Yeah,
It's great. It's great when you're
Kobolds are
level
easy.
3, but when you're like level 10, it's like
Like, whoa, you killed a kobold for you.
you whip.
We should be the Legends of Greenest instead of the Legends of Tomorrow.
I like that better than the Heroes of Greenest.
The Legends of Greenest.
LOG for short. We're the log.
And you just ruined it.
Someone just passed by the long.
Oh, you haven't heard?
Team
The Legion of Legends of
What
Greenest.
was that, Reese?
Legion of Long.
The logo.
She ruined it so much.
LOL. We're the LOLs. OGs.
Original gangster level.
Of molds. It's too many bad names. We need a good name. We haven't done anything like
Bastions of
super
Tomorrow.
worthy of a name. I mean, you have. You knocked that one guy's spear in half.
That's right. I busted that guy's spear in half and
Be
he got
this-
killed.
This spear shatter.
But I saved the people
Yeah.
that he was gonna kill.
So we've only done one epic thing. The rest have just been like normal things.
Yeah, I've been thinking maybe we should. I mean, it's great that we're exploring this cave, but we should probably move on.
Tell everybody what's happening. We want to
We gotta find out what's at the bottom. There's
Yeah.
the dragons and there's
What if Tiamat's down there already?
the
I don't think
summoning.
so.
There was talk that this was a hatchery of some sort.
Exactly. This is where they
So
were
we
keeping
gotta
the
kill the
dragons.
dragons. Maybe we could be the dragons.
Gotta take out the
All
We
right.
need dragon-
dragon egg
We'll start from the other end. Sorna,
Yes.
Yeah.
what'd you get for your initiative?
The egg slayer.
And I can't see it
18.
because I'm small.
What
18.
is the Targaryen house motto again? Isn't it fire?
Fire and blood.
There be dragons.
Yeah.
Fire and blood. right
Blood and
there.
Fury, or Fire and Furious. Is it Fire and Blood?
No, mine is the Fury. Is
Well, let
Ours
me
is-
just
ours is the
consult my
Fury, is the
manual here, and I can tell you.
Yeah.
Actually,
Akia, what'd you get on your initiative?
Oh, sorry. 7.
7.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. 10.
10. All right.
oh, sorry, I was looking.
Hey, you're fine.
Words.
You're doing important work.
13.
13. Brahm.
7.
Oh,
And then Lunira.
my apologies. I have not rolled yet.
It's ours is the Fury is Lannister. Fire and blood is Targaryen.
I thought ours is the Fury was,
That's Baratheon.
yeah, it's Baratheon. Hear me roar.
Fury
is
Roar
Lannister.
is Lannister. You're right.
Flaya.
I feel like I know these things, but it's been what 6 months since Game
7.
of Thrones was on.
7.
Not even that long. 3 months.
It's been a while.
Feels like forever.
All right. The first up is
Living and chill.
Words.
Like Netflix and chill. But living and chill.
Brahm. You are sitting there, kind of covering your head to combat these bats.
Batman stuff.
Let's see. So, just to let you know, the racket drowns out any other noise and makes it impossible to see more than 5 feet in front of you.
Okay.
And then, Akio, as you're trying to navigate your way through these, something stabs you.
So good.
Not
What was that?
too hard, though, apparently.
Not too hard.
Yeah, it kind of
Oh, good. It was
pricks
just
you
like
a little
a-
bit.
It's on your flesh wound.
So it's just like.
Someone's throwing a rogue pencil in
So
this.
that is a 15 to hit.
I'll tell you some 15 damage. Like,
No, yeah, 15 to hit.
those
Alright, you
thoughts.
guys are being
Like,
attacked by bats.
yes, that does hit. Armor class
Hey,
13.
something
Apparently so.
stabs into your neck, and you can feel it starting to suck on you.
Oh,
Vampire rats.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I should have been. What are these guys being attacked with?
I mean,
You don't know yet.
I'm not sure
Oh.
yet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Something.
But it's sucking his
We can't
blood, so I'm
see-
assuming it's a vampire rat.
So that is a total of 7 piercing damage for the initial attack. And then you kind of turn your head and you get a good look at this thing. It is a disgusting looking winged creature with kind of a fuzzy face and a long proboscis-like nose that's stabbed into you. Go ahead and roll me a nature check really quick.
A nature check.
Yep.
It's a mosquito.
Skewed. I can't see it.
Yeah, it looks like a cross
Plus
between a large bat and an oversized
nature?
mosquito. Yes.
10, 13.
It is, you know the name of it? It is a sturge.
Sturge.
Yep. And they are
We
bloodsuckers.
meet again.
Is there and this is a whole swarm?
No, it doesn't appear. It doesn't appear like you can see that there's other bats
Oh.
around and everything.
Okay.
It appears like they may be hiding within the swarm.
Okay.
Oh.
So the Sturge.
And then the next, let's see.
How'd that taste?
How big are the sturges, by the way? Like, could I ride it, or is it small?
He's looking for
I'm not saying
It
I
is.
want to ride
It is a tiny beast. It's
Okay.
probably maybe a little bit bigger than the bat
Like the
itself.
size
Yeah.
of a chihuahua.
All right, and that is its turn. So that will take us to
nasty little
Ew.
beastie.
one of the kobolds is going to go next.
Yikes.
Hold on.
And he's going to pull out his sling, and he's going to try and hurl a rock at you. Ari, specifically.
Yeah, that's not even better.
Not, yeah.
So that is a total of 19 to hit.
Okay, it hits.
Okay. So that is 5 bludgeoning damage as it smacks you in the shoulder.
That's cool.
I like that. It's a little friendly. Japanese.
Slightly.
Whatever style.
Okay, and then it is.
They frozen.
Thornock, you feel something latch onto your arm as this Sturge tries to attack you. Okay. It got a 24 versus your AC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it is going to do a total of 4 piercing damage as it into you and starts sucking on you. These are not weak. And then, Thornock, it is your turn. So what happens with the Sturge? At the start of your turn, it drains 4 hit points of blood away.
Oof. Thanks.
And you can use your action to detach the Sturge if you would like. If you choose,
So-
if you choose to attack it specifically, you're going to have disadvantage because you're basically attacking your own body.
So I want to rage
Okay.
and
Flex it out.
is it considered an attack if instead of attacking with my sword, I try to grab it and tear it in half?
Grapple.
That would be. I would say that you would want to. You could make an unarmed attack without disadvantage, by just dropping your sword and trying to just pummel it or rip it apart, as you would say. That would be without disadvantage, but you are just rolling an unarmed attack instead.
And I can grab it.
Yeah, so your choice with the attack is either to deal damage or you can just grab it and pull it off without dealing damage. That's your option. I mean, the pulling it off without dealing damage is just your action. It won't require an attack at all. But you won't be able to do both attack it and
Pull it out.
Yeah, pull it off. This thing.
If I grab it,
good.
Is it considered grappled?
It wouldn't be. It would be more just like you're pulling it off and chucking it away. That's what we would say that would be for that action.
I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
That's 21.
Okay. Yep, that's enough to hit. Go ahead and roll damage for your unarmed.
My unarmed strike is just 4 damage.
Okay, yeah, that's right. It is just damage. I keep forgetting that.
But I'm raging, so it's 6 damage.
Okay. Is that rage for all melee attacks, or is it just for weapon attacks?
That's a good question.
Okay, we'll look it up. Anyway, either way, you actually grab the sturgeon, you just crush it, and just toss away the remains.
It says melee weapon attack.
Melee weapon, yeah. So that would only be for weapon attacks specifically. Your fists are not weapons in this case.
Bummer.
But you do manage to crush it. It seems like it was pretty weak. Yeah, so your own blood is on your hands now, but at least the Sturge is not.
I smash Sturge's head between my thighs like Sparrow's egg.
I take his head and I crush it like soul.
And then it is the winged kobold's turn. And he's going to use his bonus action to snap his fingers at one of the kobolds, and he says, "Get the pen open," before rising up into the air. And you can see that as he's rising, he's got this kind of rope that he's pulling with him, and he just pulls up this rather large rock, and he flies over to you and attempts to drop it on you. So he's, yeah. That is a...
Wings.
Like Sebulba wings.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
That's what I'm picturing. It's Sebulba doing it.
And it's going to do 5 bludgeoning damage. So same as the sling throw. To Ari.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, you guys are still back in that cave with those bats fluttering around. Okay, so that's the winged kobold, and then it is...
Get away.
The one kobold that he told is going to run over to the pen, and he's going to open it up and start going.
Great. Oh, pen.
Yep, the pen.
I'm a pen.
Get the pen open.
The pen is mightier than their sword.
There's ink everywhere. Oh.
The crate. The crate of animal. The pen.
And
pen,
a...
like where you practice pitching. It's inside.
Maybe we can tame this as your pet.
Is it a wolf?
Domesticated.
I don't know yet.
I want a wolf.
You can't have one.
I want
Not yet.
And I will name him Ghost.
Ghost.
And he will be white with red eyes.
If we can.
He's there, trust me. I'm gonna find him. I should have been a ranger.
And you can hear kind of rustling beyond, so that's kobold 1, and then 2. And you see 2 blue ambush drakes slowly sliding their way up the place, and they spot you, and they're going to come rushing towards you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cave wolf. River wolf.
River wolf.
So this is...
Son of a kobold.
Do I have that in this one is the question. No. The answer is no. No.
No.
So... Alright, so 2 of the drinks. So the first one comes up and it's going to try and snap at you.
They already got initiative on me.
Jerks. And that is a 15 to hit.
My armor class is 15.
15, okay. So that's going to be 5 piercing damage.
I'm gonna die.
And then he spins around to try and swipe you with his tail as well. And he gets a 12 to hit, so you at least jump over the tail. And then the other one is going to come up, but he cannot get around his companion. Yep. So he will not be attacking you this turn. So that is both of them. And then the other kobold, he is going to try and throw a sling at you as well. But he rolled a 1. Alright, and then it is... Wow, man, there's a lot of people this combat. Ari!
Finally! Okay, so there's a winged kobold above me.
Yep, he's probably about 10 feet up.
There's a basilisk. Did you say what was the dragon?
They are technically guard drakes.
Okay. Guard drake in front of me, another one behind it. This is a narrow passage.
Yes.
And then 3 more kobolds down.
So there's 2 kobolds back where... So... Here, I'll try to, yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So you've got the battlefield here. You've got the spiked pit area.
Mm-hmm.
You are... I'll put you there in a moment. And then you've got 2 levels. You've got this kind of upper ledge and this lower ledge. And there's the stairs leading down in the open pit. So you're probably standing right about here. And then there are... Since we're doing this, we might as well. There's 2 kobolds back here that have been throwing slings at you. We'll use this octave guy as the winged kobold right above you.
Okay.
And then you've got... I know I put an ambush on the guard drake in here. Whatever. I'll find him. So you've got 1 right here and 1 right behind it for the drakes, and then they've kind of pushed the kobold back here out of the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And I'll just go ahead and move this.
Does it
So it's
take
invisible.
an action to drink a healing potion?
It is a bonus action, I believe.
Okay.
Not use the white ones.
Hold on one sec. Let me just look at
There we go. Goodbye, wolf. Hello, actual drake.
If I try and move back, am I gonna get?
So you can. The spike pit that you're behind is about. Let's see how far across it is. It's about 10 feet across, the spike pit, so you can try and jump it with an athletics check.
Okay.
You're going to have to use, basically, you're going to have to use half your movement to disengage, which is leaves you with, wait, you're a monk, never mind.
45.
Yeah, 40.
So
Yeah, 20.
23.
And then it'll take 10 feet of movement to jump over the trap,
Okay.
but then you'll be in the bat cloud.
Right. Which is also bad.
Yep.
That.
That's also bat.
That. Pun intended.
Okay. Sorry. If I am.
Did I move that camera?
Right now it's frozen.
Oh, good.
I don't know what's with it. It seems like when I have 2, it's fine. I put the 3rd one in there and it just goes.
So if. Well, let's see.
It's probably because I plugged it in after I turned OBS on.
Yeah.
3 cameras.
All right. I'm gonna attack the drake ahead of me.
Okay.
And I rolled a 12.
A 12? That will miss.
Okay. And then, as a bonus action, I want to spend a key point on patient defense.
Okay.
Which lets me dodge until my next turn, basically.
Okay.
So I think that means attacks made against me are with disadvantage.
I believe so. Where's my book go?
Which book?
The player. Hand me the player handbook, would you?
Here we go. Yeah.
And while I'm readying myself for dodging, I yell back over my shoulder and say, "Oh!"
More bats. Okay. Key point.
Stop shouting!
1 key point to take the dodge action. Okay. To 4, but the dodge action is then.
There we go. And then TMI pops up and deals with it.
And we're dead.
Dodge. Really? You're making me look further. C under action.
I want to keep
Dodge
you on
192. Parents ever need a good reason for their kids to play D&D, it's helped me learn how to do research and like look up in indexes and everything.
That's true.
I mean, but who needs a good reason to let your kids play D&D?
And maths.
When you take the dodge action, you focus entirely on avoiding attacks until the start of your next turn. Any attack roll made against you has disadvantage if you can see the attacker, and you make a dexterity saving throws with advantage. You lose this benefit if you are incapacitated or if your speed drops to 0. So you go to strike the drake and you kind of just hit sand, and then you immediately take up a defensive stance as these guys are starting to come in around you. Also, don't you have a deflect missile at this point too?
Oh, shit.
Keep that in mind for the
so
kobold
those
slings.
stones would have been.
Well, keep that in mind for any future ones.
Okay, yeah, it's just a reaction. It doesn't cost me anything but my reaction to try and catch it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that was Ari.
Forgot about that. Dang it, I could save me 5 hit points.
And then it is, wow, everybody rolled kind of bad tonight.
We can re-roll.
Akio feels a scourge latch onto his chest and try to stab on in. That is a 16. Okay.
Does it take points of drunkenness? Because of the alcohol content?
Can it hurt it?
Yeah, it is very loopy at this point, sure.
You're making me sober.
That's 5 points of piercing damage, and it's latched onto you. Okay. And then...
Damn it, I shouldn't have said anything about not taking damage in 3 nights.
Better make an offering to the DM gods.
Oh, crap. There's another kobold there that I missed.
No!
Right there.
Oh, there's 5 of them?
There's 4 and the winged.
But
Yeah, it was 4 kobolds and the 1 winged kobold. So
Jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then 2 drakes.
And then 2 drakes. And yeah, I think the stone thing is working out really well for him so far. So he's just going to throw stones. He does not live in a glass house.
Yeah.
And he is, that's a 22.
But doesn't he have disadvantage because I'm dodging?
He does. So instead, it is a 21. Would you like to use your deflect
Yes.
missile?
My reaction to deflect or catch when I'm hit by a ranged weapon attack. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus your dex modifier plus your monk level.
Okay. And then what is it? What is it about catching it?
Well, it's cost me a key point.
Oh,
okay. It says you can spend 1 key point to make a ranged attack with the weapon. As part of the same reaction, you make this attack with proficiency. The missile counts as a monk weapon for the attack, which has a normal range of 20 feet. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. So if you'd like, you can spend a key point for it. So the total damage would be 6.
Okay,
Is
so
what
I
you're taking.
go 1d10.
Yep.
Mhm. That's an 8.
Did you drink a potion as well, by the way?
No, I
okay.
didn't
It's
attack.
okay.
I shouldn't have attacked, I guess, but... so I reduce it by 7 plus 3 is 10 plus
Okay.
my monk level is 3, so 13.
Yep. So you, the stone comes in, and are you going to spend the key point to deflect it or to redirect it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
will, actually.
So the stone comes in, and you kind of dodge back, and you grab it at its peak, right, as it's far away from you, and then just toss it right back. Where are you?
Actually going to direct it at the
The flyer.
the
Okay.
flyer.
So you hacky sack it up.
Exactly. So now I need to make an attack.
Yep. You'll make a ranged attack. You have proficiency. It's a monk attack.
So that's 14.
14 will hit.
Yay.
And then it is the attack itself is 1d4 plus your monk bonuses.
Okay. So 6.
6 damage. Yeah, you rip it right through the kobold's wing, and he flutters a bit to the side, and then falls and lands on one of the spikes, and it just impales him.
Yes.
Is there a small
I
explosion?
wish I had that on.
Like, it's like,
Did you guys see that? They're in the back cloud.
what if it was like this? You get it, and then you kick it up with behind you with your heel.
That was worth a key point.
That was worth it.
Hashtag worth it.
So next up is Kobold 4. I'm sure something really cool is going on out there.
Who said that?
Kermit the Frog, apparently. And then
Kermit?
another Sturge is going to try and latch on to Lunera.
Darker.
That's a 19.
Doesn't hit.
So-
I don't think it hits.
Pretty
No,
sure.
of
Pretty
course.
sure.
My armor class is 28.
Okay. So that's
And for lying, a second one came.
4
No, just kidding.
points of damage.
4?
Yep. As it latches on and starts sucking on your blood. Brom, it is your turn, and you take.
How rude.
I don't like whistles.
You take 7 points of damage
Oh,
as it starts draining your blood.
dang.
We're gonna die, guys. We should have just left and went and found Leosin.
No way.
What's his friend's name in that one tower? I wrote it. No, hold on.
I think it was Onthar.
I got
From
it. We need to find.
Damage.
Yes, it was.
We need to find Onthar from in El Turiel.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
then-
I'm gonna use my bonus action. I'm gonna pop a pill. The potion of healing.
Okay.
I have 2 of them, so I'm gonna use one of them. That's a 2d4 plus 2.
All right.
2d4. So. 3, 4, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 hit points back.
9 hit points. Okay.
I'm gonna wipe my lips and shouldn't have done that, buddy. And how do when
You say you on your shoulder.
yeah, he's like here, and I'm just gonna wipe my whatever, and then
Yeah.
take the. I'm gonna keep that. I need that later. So I'm gonna put that back. But from where we were standing, what's my spatial awareness from before the bats came in? Who's near me?
So from your spatial awareness, Thornock and Akia were kind of drinking over off to the side. Lunera was wandering around kind of the perimeter of the cave a little bit, and then you were more towards the center.
I was more towards the center, and they're close, like distance-wise, were they like 10 feet, 20 feet?
Yeah, I would say if you're looking for who's closest, Lunera was the closest at 15 feet.
15 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna be like, cover your ears! I'm
Okay.
gonna thunderclash at the second level to try and kill everything near me.
Alrighty.
But not
Nobody else
But not you.
hears you because the bats are drowning out the noise right
I want
now.
to try and get the
But,
bats.
yeah,
My main thing is just
Yeah.
trying to get rid of
I'm trying to clear everything. Okay.
impeding.
So we'll say that. What does it hit around you?
It's a 3d8. It is a 15-foot cube.
Okay, so it will hit Lunera,
Ow!
but and the Sturge that's attached to you, but not anybody
It's a
else.
Constitution saving throw of 12.
Constitution.
Everyone has to roll it. If they don't, they get knocked 10 feet away from you.
So one of the Sturges makes it and the other one doesn't. The one on Lunera doesn't make it.
Okay.
I rolled 12.
7.
You rolled a 12? That's what you need. You need a 12.
Yeah.
15.
10 plus 2.
Do I need to roll?
No, you're good, Thornock.
19 damage.
19 damage. Is that halved at all for us?
It's halved. Yes, it's halved. They take half as much damage and they're not pushed away if they make this.
So you take 10 damage total.
Oh,
Sorry.
And you clap, and this wave of bats just flows out from you, and they just kind of slam against the wall, and all the bats start like filtering out the cave now.
But messes with their whatever bat they
Sonic.
Sonic hearing.
The Sturge that's attached to you is completely obliterated, and so is the Sturge that's attached to Lunera. They just both are just yeah.
That's good.
So that is
And the energy just still crackling.
3. Okay.
How'd that taste?
And then now everybody can kind of see each other. Most of the bats have cleared out, and you all look over and see Ari defending against like 5 kobolds and a couple drakes.
Jeez.
All right, and then it is.
Can I use the rest of my movement to go towards Ari?
Yes.
Seeing this?
Mhm.
I'm gonna just go as far as I can, 25 feet. As close as I can, just to give them
Without stepping in the spikes.
without stepping in the spikes.
Yeah.
Which I assume do I take half speed going around the spikes?
Yeah. Well, so you're going to be able to get to the other side of just to the other side of the pit right
I'm
now.
gonna stay on the other side of the pit, but I'm not gonna put my back to the pit. I'm gonna stay up against the wall.
Okay. Sorry,
I think
Akio, I missed your turn in there.
Run up to the front of the
So you were actually after Ari, so I apologize.
Oh, that's okay.
So let's start your turn now.
Okay.
And you are going to take some damage from the last
Yeah.
Sturge. And that damage is 5
Ooh,
points of damage.
okay.
I'm gonna die now because you taunted Thornock.
I'm gonna ignore the Sturge on me,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion over the spikes to make it look like regular ground,
All right.
Oh.
and that's my turn. And then I'll use my bonus to get closer.
Okay. So you'll go ahead and step up right next to Brom, just ignoring the thing that's sucking on your neck right now.
I'm gonna look over and be like, you should get that checked.
What?
What?
Alrighty. Then that would be Lunera is next. There's no Sturge on you.
That's good.
Right in front of you is a clear path to kobolds. Flat, solid ground.
No, you would have seen me cast. You would have seen me cast.
Darn it.
This is.
Thornock might not have. It's low light.
I'm coming, Ari.
No, this is so Ari can jump over and trick the drakes.
It's gonna be a few turns before that happens.
All right. So, I suppose I shall.
You could probably make it over the trap
You
this
should
turn.
use your
if you wanted
second wind to heal.
Oh yeah. Second wind.
You should just leave it open to the fighter page.
It's that.
All right. Yeah, I will take your advice and do my second wind so I can regain some health points.
So
5
1d10 plus your fighter level.
plus fighter level 3. 8.
Okay. So you regain 8 hit points.
Yay.
So with your move, you should be able to make it to the other side of the pit this turn.
Okay.
You'll have to roll me an athletics check if you want to just jump it, though. Otherwise, you won't be able to make it across the pit if you choose to, like, slide around the edges.
Athletics, yo. 15. 19,
Okay.
which is crit.
Well, it's
Crit.
yeah, it's on attack. So you run.
Crit no matter what. On an
Yeah.
Like you take a moment, take a deep breath, and you run, and you just leap over. Like you're not as sure on where the illusion begins, but you still like manage to leap right over
It's a
and
good
land.
illusion.
We'll say that you land right in front of Ari.
Oh.
You're able to leap all the way over him or her, androgynous.
3-point landing.
Yes.
So you're gonna land right here.
Superhero landing. The tail in the background.
yeah, whipping out a little.
So there is the winged kobold's gone.
Yeah, we give you extra balance.
So there's 2 drakes down to your right at this point. There's 2 drakes and a kobold over here, and then there's 3 kobolds over there, kind of in range. So the one that you can probably hit is this drake right here.
Yes, I want to.
Okay. So I can actually. So go ahead and roll me your first attack then.
As good as this last roll I had. Oh, I jinxed myself.
By the way, you only crit on natural 19s, not on adjusted 19s.
Now you tell me. 9
9?
is not going to.
No, that's not going to hit, but you do have your second attack.
I do. 14 plus 4, 18.
4,
I
18.
thought it was 20 from
That will hit.
It's all, yeah, it was,
I was like,
it was 20.
That'll hit, so go ahead and roll your hand axe damage.
Which was 6 total damage.
Okay, you kind of slice it. You slice with the sword, and the drake rears back, and then you use the opportunity to kind of nick him a little bit on the underbelly there.
Yes.
All right, and that is Rhaenyra. Dead. Just trying to see if there's anybody else that hasn't gone, but nope, that's it. So back to the top of the round. The third kobold is going to throw another sling, but this time it's at Rhaenyra because she is the one in the line of fire, and that will be an 18.
Really good at their slings.
Yeah.
They really are. That's 4 damage, 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright.
And then
Can't catch a break.
it is Thornock. It is your turn. The way is clear.
So, where am I? Because I don't see my little guy.
So you're not on this map yet. You're still in the Bat Cave.
Which is.
Oh,
Dimly.
well, I'm going to charge full speed ahead
Okay.
and try to murder some things.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an insight or a perception check, would you? Specifically because he's raging.
You know, I'm just getting you back. For
That's a 4.
throwing me in the trash.
And here lies Thornock.
Let's see
It's
if.
it's just some spikes.
So you're running along, and you're gonna go ahead and one of your foot is gonna go through the spikes.
Ow.
So let's see. So that's going to be 1 piercing damage. So have 1 piercing damage, and then you're gonna roll me a Constitution saving throw, please, against poison.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. Yeah. So you make the save. So you're good there.
So 1 halved is 1 or
Yeah.
0?
It's 1. It's always rounded up against you.
Okay.
Yep.
In that scenario, I wanted to ask because I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So, and then you come running through, so you just kind of step on one of the spikes, but you barely even feel it. And you'll come running up right behind Ari here. It's getting pretty crowded in
I'm
there.
gonna look at him impressed, like.
Can I see anyone to attack?
Yes, there is a guard drake right in front of you that...
Yeah, I would just want to murder him.
Okay, go ahead and try.
It's a 5.
All right, well, that is a miss.
That one did.
And you only have the 1 attack, right? For now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're still raging, yeah?
Yes, he's still raging.
Yeah. Well, it was a 3, and I added my. Oh, I guess it was closer to like. Hold on. 3. 5. Technically, it was a 10.
Okay, that's still a miss.
Kind of what I thought.
Yeah. Good effort, though. Solid A. The kobold down here he's just going to take a few steps back, and he's going to try and throw his sling at Rhaenyra. but that is a 13 versus AC.
Yeah, it is.
So he flings the sling and it slaps right into the winged kobold that's impaled.
Good shot.
And then it is
Still on fire, right? from
that
this.
first ambush drake
Nice one.
is still focusing on the lovely, delicious looking elf in front of it. So it's going to do its bite attack first again,
Disadvantage.
which is a 9 to hit.
15.
Okay, and then it will do its tail attack, which is a critical failure. So it's going to kind of swing around, and it knocks one of those spikes off, and the spike is going to kind of fly off, and it's going to hit this other kobold down here, and he's going to take 4 piercing damage, and he's looking a lot worse for wear now. Way to go.
Swing.
Thanks, Drake.
Swing. Bang, 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 bang.
Alright, and then it is the other drake. Do they have any sort of... Let's see. No, it's not going to be able to do anything. It's just going to kind of pace back and forth a little bit, you know. Just waiting for its turn.
Let me at him.
Yeah. And then the kobold number 2, another sling coming at Lunera. Again, she's in front. That's a 21.
Ow!
So that is going to be 5 bludgeoning damage.
So where I'm sitting, who's looking worse for wear?
I have 9 hit points.
I've got 7 hit points.
I've got 7 hit points.
Sweet. We're doing great. It's okay. I have a.
Can we just kill him?
Wait. TPK. Yeah. Ultimate goal achieved.
Preston was working for me all along.
Oh, Preston.
How devious.
Ari, it is your turn.
All right. So it looks like drinking a healing potion is an action. It says drinking, administering a potion takes an action. So I'm gonna drink one.
Okay.
Glug glug glug. Which gives me back. Oh boy. 1, 4, 6.
I was gonna say that.
What does a healing potion taste like for Ari?
It tastes like.
Because these are like properly made healing potions, so they taste like the best thing in the world. For it.
Chocolate milk.
I
That's
like
a good
chocolate.
question, actually. No, back in my monastery, they made this amazing honeyed mead,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it tastes.
All right.
Down, falling asleep.
Akio really likes mead. And then, so that was your action. Are you doing anything else?
Yeah, so I can still, let's see. Oh boy. I mean, I've got a bonus unarmed strike, so I'll just take it on the guy that's trying to kill me here.
The Drake.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get a. Oh, jeez. 10.
That's a miss. You try and strike in, but the you can't really find any sort of opening as it's kind of flailing its claws and it's gnashing its teeth at you. All right, and then it's actually we're putting Akio back in his proper position, so you're going to take some damage from a Sturge.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dirty Sturge.
Hopefully it's less than 7.
It is going to do. I forgot that I still had a Sturge. I thought I could go away from the page. Silly me. It's going to do 6 points of damage. At which point it is bloated and it detaches itself.
Oh, thank you.
And it starts drunkenly flying away.
Dude, let it go. It's not coming back for a while.
Ow. Okay. Well, I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Put all 3 rays on the Drake.
Okay.
That is nearest Ari.
Alright.
What's the?
So is it an attack or is it a save?
It's an attack and then oh no, it's hold on, let me see. It is an attack.
It is an attack.
Oh wait,
Okay.
hold on. Yes, it's an attack. 24.
24. That will hit.
And I did all 3.
Yeah, so you have to roll. You have to roll 3 attacks then.
Okay. So
I believe is what it is.
19 on that one.
That will hit.
And critical failure on that one.
Okay, so 2 of them blast in. The other one flies overhead and hits that winged kobold and it just goes. That poor guy.
So it will take 46.
Okay, so 46 for. So it's 2d6 each.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1, 6, 11, 15 total.
So 15 total damage. It lets out a horrified shriek as it gets burned.
Barbecue.
And it lights up the cavern too, and all the kobolds kind of have to look away for a moment. And they kind of blink their eyes a little bit.
Burned as in dead? Or
No,
just
it is
mad?
still alive. It is very singed though. It's crispy, extra crispy.
Can't wait to eat that dragon.
Okay, then it is kobold number 4. Who's just gonna? I mean, slings, right? Everybody's got enough slings. in
They're
hand.
working.
Not that one though. That one just flies overhead.
Ow, what was that?
It hits one of like the remaining bats.
It's the sturgeon. Sturgeon? What was it
The
called?
sturge.
Sturge? I thought it was.
The bloaties.
Yeah. Yeah, and it kind of flaps a little bit weird, and then it lands and goes, "Blah," and then it just starts flying again.
You can't handle your liquor.
You say as you're teetering on the edge.
If your blood alcohol level were any higher, it might have died of alcohol poisoning.
Yep.
I
And then
feel
it
suddenly
is
so much more sober.
Lunera. It's not a good feeling because you're also in pain.
Bleeding everywhere.
Okie dokie. Let's
I don't think I've ever been this close to death. At least on this campaign.
But we are having 2 encounters simultaneously. So,
It's pretty true, actually.
So I shall hit the singed drake.
Okay.
At least I'm going to try to.
Yeah.
$20.
20 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
7.
Okay. You smack it with the sword and kind of slice along its back a little bit.
Okay.
It lets out another shriek.
Do I get to do my other?
Yes. Then you can do your attack.
Oh, 22.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage for that one.
What did I land on?
3.
3 plus,
Plus
so
your-
5. Trace.
So 5 damage?
5.
Okay.
5.
So you slice with the sword and then you bring your hand axe around and slam it into its head and it just drops to the ground.
Nice. Good job.
dead drake.
And of course, blood splatters on the.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. And then are you doing anything else? Are you moving or anything?
How far away is the other?
So the other drake is down here. You can basically jump over the corpse or kind of straddle the corpse or kick it to the side. Or you can move towards these kobolds over here.
Take the drake, you think?
Yeah.
I think you.
I don't know. Those
Going
kobolds are pretty dang good with their stuff.
No, I can take him. I got 1 key point left. I got 3 attacks. I can take all 3 of them.
You're sure? You're absolutely
Yes.
sure. Okay.
Yeah, unless he rolls
I'll
a critical
hop
fail.
down and
He's gonna do a cane or whatever from
Alrighty.
that's it.
Shadow Walk
Yep.
from Mortal Kombat.
All right. And then back up to the top of the round. Thornock, it is your turn.
Dorda.
Actually, you probably hop down over the spikes right there, I would say.
I want to murder the closest thing near me.
Okay. We'll move you to that guard drake. Go ahead and roll your attack. He's a simple man. Simple half-orc.
11, because why not? 11 plus 2, 13.
13 is a miss.
F words.
Yep.
How many?
At least 4. He's a sailor. He knows at least 4 F
Fire.
words.
Flame.
Fire truck,
Fidget. Fuck.
French toast,
Fart.
fork noodles.
And free bread.
Kobold number 3 in the back there sees
Free
that
bread.
Ari is opened up again. So he's going to roll
Bring it on.
a 9. So
Yes.
you are good. Okay, and then it is kobold number 1. He's going to throw a sling at Thornock, actually, because Thornock is the one in front of the Drake. He's this guy down here.
Yeah.
And he rolls a 22 to hit.
Oh, fine.
And then
What's their distance on their?
their slings are 30 feet and then 120 feet.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm almost ready to throw mine at
So there's 5 damage coming at you, Thornock, so 3 total.
Knife those 3
Oh
kobolds.
yeah. I'm planning on it.
ice vodka them.
Yes.
Okay, and then ambush Drake number 1 is dead, but ambush Drake number 2 sees a juicy target right in front of him,
Frost.
and he's going to roll
Stay frosty.
like
my friend.
crap. So the bite misses Thornock, and then the tail sweep also misses Thornock. Wow. There's a reason why this guy's a beta in the pack. And then it is kobold number 2 is going to take a pot shot at Ari.
Miss.
Yes, actually, that is another miss.
I taunted
Call the
her.
shots.
And then so Ari, a couple rocks fly past your head in quick succession, and then it is your turn to respond.
Okay. I'm going to charge at the 3 kobolds.
Okay.
You blows.
And let's see, the one to my right, actually to the one directly in front of me, I'm going
Triple
to
kick.
attack
Okay.
and get a 10. Oh my gosh. Tell me they've got low armor class.
That's a miss, actually.
Okay. I'm going to use my unarmed strike against it. And
You used your good roll on the.
I'm so beat up that I just don't have the. I know, I'm just like whiff. And I'm gonna spend a key point, my last one.
For that second attack.
Yeah.
Flurry. Okay.
And I'm gonna kill it because I rolled an 18.
Okay. And what's the damage?
Damage is really high. 4.
Okay, that's enough to take it out.
It would have been so cool if I was like, and they all would have
Right.
dropped. So excited for that to happen.
Punches him so quickly that they don't
What's
fall
your
until he
health,
stops.
by the way?
I took a healing potion, so I'm back up to
Okay,
15.
because if I ice knife, I can't really protect you.
And you killed the one in the back.
Yeah. So how far apart are those two?
They are. So it was this one here. So they're about. It's 5 feet 1. So.
So I guess if you ice knifed, it's not going to matter.
It's
so
a 5-foot radius, so I can hit both of them. But how close are
well,
you?
no.
You'd have to hit in the middle of them at
Yeah,
nothing.
but I took
right,
out the middle one. My bad. Just firebolt one of them or something, and then I'll just have to fight one kobold.
Okay, let's see. Actually, I will just
Key points.
hold on. I will magic missile because that gives me 3 darts, and
Okay.
I'll do 2 to the one on Ari's right and 1 to the opposite.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the damage for him.
Let's see. Let me
They
make
automatically
sure.
hit, huh?
Yeah,
Yes,
they
they do.
auto hit,
Nice.
and they are just 1d4 plus 1. Where's the d4? Right there. 4 on 1,
Okay.
4, so 8 on the same guy.
Okay, that one's dead. So left is dead, we'll say.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the other guy takes 5.
5, and he's dead too.
Woo!
Nicely done.
All right. Oh yeah, let me cast this.
Beautiful.
So
Is
you
everyone
kind
currently
of
dead?
not everybody yet.
There's
So
still-
you whip your wand through the air and you go fuck, 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 and just 3 quick bolts, and they just fly right into their targets and knock out the 2 kobolds. And it almost looks like it's during Ari's like kung fu moves, so it almost looks like she takes out all 3.
It flies out with her fist as she does that.
Yeah.
Supposed to make you feel better.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then I go,
Did you guys
I am
see
so
that light
awesome.
coming out of my hands?
Guys, there was fists coming out of my fireballs.
Absolutely perfect. All right, and then it is the last kobold down there is going to take an attack, and he crits against Lunera. So that is a total of 4 damage.
Yeah. Mean crit.
So, like,
I am
what is
down
the
to
benefit
3 hit
Three
points.
hit.
of crit if you're only getting 4?
So it's a roll and then you double it, right? So he just rolled poorly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rolled a 2.
Poorly.
You have chosen poorly. Lunar, it's your turn. As this rock kind of smacks you right in between the horns.
Yeah.
Still got one more Sturge to kill.
Well, he's flying away drunk.
I'm not letting him get away.
He's like, dagger, 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 dagger.
We're thunderclap! Just for one guy.
Sorry, I can't.
Alright.
Die.
I'm definitely going
Sorry, I'm
to.
trying to kill the Sturge you got here. Payback, no?
So you can slide around here and attack the kobold if
Yes,
you want.
I'm
Okay.
going to attack the kobold, and I'm going to use my thaumaturgy
Thaumaturgy.
to basically like flare up my eyes. Like
Okay.
I'm really pissed off right now.
So the kobold hits you in the head, and as you just come back down, your eyes are just blazing with fire. So go ahead and roll me the attack.
I think it's the same number if you look at it upside down.
Is it?
Has a line
Let's see.
that will
She always has trouble with the 6s
I
and the
do,
9s.
unfortunately. So 10.
10.
The
That is
line
going to miss.
On the
Go ahead and roll your
circle,
second
it's a
attack, though.
6. The line's on the not circle.
12.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Get him. Get him.
8.
Hey, yep. So the sword comes in and he ducks it, and he's feeling a little bit more confident. And then you kind of just uppercut him with the hand axe, and it just splits his lower jaw as he falls backwards.
Nice.
Ouch.
Okay, that is that. And then it's up to the top of the round. Thornock, there's a guard drake in front of you.
Did I go?
You cut out just a little bit.
Skip Brom.
I skipped Brom this time.
Because.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Where is Brom?
He was at the bottom of the round, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I just didn't write him down. That's why I skipped him.
I'm like, it's been a while.
Sorry, Brom.
That's okay. I was just gonna turn and be like, is it too late now to say sorry? And I'm gonna cast a healing word at Lunira.
Okay.
Because I almost roasted your body. Let's cast it at 2nd level.
Okay.
And that is going to be 2d4 plus 2.
I thought we were friends.
I didn't roast you.
You did get rid of the Sturge.
3,
Yeah.
4,
The Sturge got rid of
7,
itself.
8, 9.
9.
And then I'm gonna use my case that sturgeon. I want to steer it with my rapier.
Okay. So go ahead. It's pretty low to the ground. It's bloated and drunken. So I'm.
So I get 9 health points back. I just
Yes.
want to make sure. Okay.
Wait, take this. I throw my empty bottle to you. Kill him with that.
The empty bottle sails over your head as he drunkenly throws it, and smacks the sturge to bring it down low enough that you can hit it.
Perfect. I take my spear and I just want to stab it.
Okay.
So much blood.
That's a 2. Plus
Do you get advantage because it's drunk?
plus 4, 6, 7.
No, we're not giving him advantage. No, that's not gonna hit.
You idiot!
I was distracted. Okay, there's a bottle and I tried to catch it, but I
You do skewer the bottle, not skewer, but just like hit the in the loop, and it's just like
got it.
all right.
Not the bottle.
That's more important. Ultimately.
Yes.
Save it for later.
We need that for the acid, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then it's up to the top of the round. Thornock, there is a guard drake in front of you.
Out to go and alert other sturgeons.
I want to kill the guard drake.
All right, go ahead and roll me an attack.
That's a natural 20.
Ah, nice. All right, go ahead and roll damage. Yes.
Hold on, I have to. 7. 19.
All right, so 19 damage. As the you and the drake are kind of pacing around each other, it tries to do one of its tail swipes to you, and you take the opportunity to chop its tail off. So 19 damage, and it will not have the opportunity to do that attack anymore.
Nice.
It's still alive?
It is still alive.
But you cut
I'm
it
so
down.
upset.
Everyone roll me a nature check that can see the drakes, by the way. So,
I don't.
Well, I rolled a 2.
I get a natural 20 on my nature check.
Yep, it's hurt.
So Ari, you can tell that these drakes, compared to the ones that you've seen in the camp, they are a lot smaller. They're actually younger. They appear to be maybe drakes in training.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Raining drakes.
Hey, Drake's a Drake, man. Put that on your resume.
Drake Slayer.
Hey, Thorak, anything else you want to do, or are you just gonna stay there?
Drake masters.
No, I just want this thing dead.
Well, it's gonna try and kill you. It's gonna attack you with a bite attack, and it's gonna do a 17 against you.
Yeah, it hits. I'm a big bag of hit points.
That's gonna be 8 piercing damage.
You mean 4 piercing damage?
I do indeed.
Feels good.
That was coming up. Ari, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna run up behind that thing and try and kill it.
Okay. So you'll dance along the spikes a little bit and drop down behind it.
Aim for the spine.
I'm gonna punch it right in its tail hole.
Look out the spine through the tail hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I am. I'm gonna rip out its friggin' spine with a 4.
I think the spikes are visible now. My spell only lasts a minute.
Okay.
So they're probably visible.
I think you need to get new dice, Colby.
Seriously. All right, that was my first attack. Here's my unarmed strike, and that's a 19
19.
Nice.
for 6 damage.
Alrighty.
Kill it.
That is still alive.
Oh.
You didn't manage to rip its spine out, unfortunately.
You got a little bit of
Oh.
it. It started to pull it.
Akio, it is your turn.
I'm gonna
Those
say,
boots
you know what? And cast Firebolt at it.
So you actually can't see it. It is down. It is down in this crevice, and you are back behind this wall.
So
If you would like to try and cross the spike, that you can.
instead, I'm not gonna do that because I only have 1 hit point. I am going to let me look at my cantrips. I'm gonna cast nothing. I don't think. You know, I'm just gonna chill.
Okay.
I'm gonna can I save my action or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta,
I'm just
what's your trigger?
save my action for if the Drake jumps up. I will have Firebolt ready for him.
Okay. So you just kind of.
I'm just waiting to see if he jumps up.
Alrighty.
Just leaning up against the.
Yeah, it's more of this like casual like you got your one and you're just like tapping it against,
I'm guarding
against
the
your
edge,
cheek, waiting for it.
You got it.
Don't worry, if he comes over here, he's gonna get a surprise. Valera, it's your turn.
I'm going to try and break its jaw.
Okay.
That's the plan, anyway.
With a sword.
Sure, with anything.
Punch it with the handle.
Oh! Wow. 6 obviously is not going to hit.
Nope. What were your
So
second
I'll
attack?
try 18, 22.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
He's dead.
3.
3 damage.
He's dead.
Not dead.
Why won't it die?
Stupid
I'm
die!
not happy because he wanted to land a killing blow.
Alright.
Alrighty.
I too need to get
Is it
some new
Braum?
dice.
It is Braum.
And then I turn around and cast. No, I'm just kidding. I'm still going after that dirge. Dirge.
You whip your rapier back and the bottle flies back and Akio just catches it.
Thanks. It's empty.
It's probably
tried
your
to
last
drink out of
attempt
it.
for the stirge before it's finally out of reach again.
9.
That will miss.
Oh,
Do you have like a cutting something spell?
I do, but it's a reaction.
Alas.
Can my held action count to kill him?
Would you like to use your action to try and kill this stirge?
Yeah, I don't want him out of there.
Firebolt.
So you sit there, you're waiting for the drake, and you're like, oh right, firebolt.
And right as I'm going up, it just.
Again, it looks like Braum. It looks like you're really cool if he man. It's just this.
23.
Yeah. Do you do what is your damage?
It's a 1d10.
1d10.
Because I'm getting good at this.
7.
Yeah, that's enough.
I got my tongue stuck out and everything. I'm like,
Blood and fire.
Yeah, so there's just this like spray of fiery blood because it's mostly alcohol, so it just it's a really cool explosion.
I can't even see that.
Fireworks!
I lit it on fire with my rapier.
Thornok, it is your turn.
This is amazing.
I am going to murder
I'll let you have it.
this last kobold.
It's a drake.
They all look alike. So no.
Which is a 21.
That will hit.
No, kill it this time.
Come on. Come on.
9, 3, 11, 13.
That is enough to kill it.
Yes!
And 11.
So I get real frustrated and I grab it by its tiny little scrawny neck. I take my sword and I just push it through the back of his head.
Oh, jeez. It struggles and kind of around a little bit, but eventually
And I just,
dies.
shh, you deserved it.
Go to sleep.
All right. That is a combat done. Congratulations.
2 combats.
Finally.
Start looting.
Take a moment to recover and look around while I gather your XP total here.
Rock, while you're raging, are you going to start looting?
Yeah, I'm gonna rage loot because I'm no man.
Yeah, let's check the kobold bodies, especially the flying one, the winged one in the trap. I want to carefully.
I want my blood
I want to
back.
try and take some of the pieces of those sturges. Maybe they can go and sell them somewhere.
I want the nose of the sturge.
As a weapon.
No, it might be like you can sell it to some weirdo and
As
some
a
town.
nice big
So like, look what I killed. See?
This is a crazy straw.
Yeah, you could use it as a mixer for your alcohol.
Yeah.
He's
I just feel like it might come
What's
in
that guy
handy
doing?
later.
Oh, he's just using his sturge.
So that's
Snout thing.
230 experience each.
Yeah. Ooh.
How much? I'm sorry?
230.
Hey, did I get
230 experience.
Pit trap?
Yes, you did get 50 experience for the pit trap.
Sweet.
And then you actually also got 50 for disarming
Oh,
the previous one. So.
Nice.
Nope, experience. All right, go back.
Oh, I'm exactly. Well, I'm a little bit more than halfway.
Experience
That's awesome.
230.
All right.
Oh, I'm getting close. I still need 700. 695.
I still need 890.
Okay.
I need experience.
Okay. Let's see here.
Got a fever. Then cures more experience.
So looking around, the kobolds don't appear to have anything of value on them. You do go over to the rack and you see that a lot of them are like hooks, different kind of long hooks and other implements that seem to be for training or leading the guard drakes.
How to train your dragon.
And as you guys look down into the pit, you see that there's another guard drake down there, but it has been ripped open, and half of it has been consumed.
Oh.
Yep.
There's a big or something in here.
Is and this? There's no other. Is this the end, or does it keep going?
It keeps going, actually. So off to here is a staircase leading up.
My goodness.
Do we know
This is a large dungeon.
from a understanding of mercantile and just people in general, is there anything that I would know of value on the drakes that we could keep to sell?
Not really. Like some people might be interested in like the novelty of a drake tooth, but it's really not.
Nothing crazy.
It's not
like a
common.
dragon,
Yeah,
dragon
not
scales.
not really like dragon scales or anything.
Thornock,
and-
give me a hand.
Neither with the sturges. There's really not too much. You can have a sturge proboscis if you'd like.
Can we do a like a short rest, or do we need a long rest? It's like we just finished resting. Nobody's sleepy enough.
Yeah.
It's only been like an hour.
Right?
We've had 3 combats.
It's funny how much a bunch of party people or a bunch of adventurers can get into trouble in
Right.
an hour, right?
Rest for 8 hours.
I want to
A short rest would be good, at least for some healing and everything, and that will refresh like your second wind refreshes and
Refreshes
your
my
extra action and everything like that. So
How do you do a short rest to get
I'm
through
probably
So
short
does-
rest. During the short rest, I want to try and push one of the dead drakes on the top down into the hole, see if anything
Okay.
responds.
all right, yeah. So you get Thornock's help, I'm assuming. Well, probably you start pushing it, and he just kind of picks it up and hucks it.
I'm gonna try pushing it just like
You can actually see the if you're down there. Once you're down there, you can see that the cave, or it's not really just doesn't go on deeper. It just kind of curves around, and where that other drake is pretty much the end of it. So you throw the body down there, and it kind of rolls a little bit, but nothing comes out to attack it.
There's no
whatever did that is gone.
Yeah.
How does a short rest work?
So you take
one hit die.
So you get a number of hit dice equal to your level, I believe.
Half your level.
Well, it's
Should show. Hit short rest on it. It'll give you the hit die. Like mine's 1d8 plus 1.
Where's the short rest?
So a short rest is
Just click on your
Yeah.
Casey, how many do you have left? Are you going to be using any?
Oh, okay, so
healing?
I get 3.
Yeah, I'm almost all the way healed up after that.
So you
get 3 per day.
3 per day.
You get your hit dice are 1 d10 per fighter level, so you have 3 hit dice total. You've already used 1.
We'd have to check the book, but I'm pretty sure you get half of your dice, unless it's an extended long rest, and then you get all.
Yeah, so you want to check that you use 1. And then so you can take a short. Yeah. During a short rest,
you're all out of.
So what's your total?
No, I can use this song.
So you can use another hit dice if you want.
Yeah.
I can do it plus.
And then you regain
So
1
it's
d10.
1d10 plus.
And then
to everyone?
1d10.
Yes, anyone who rolls a hit dice gets a 1d6.
Oh, so let me only roll 2 then and take
So
5 back off.
Plus 3,
No, plus your fighter level. It's just 1d10. You get 1d10 per fighter level in a total.
By spending 1 more hit dice.
At level 1 you have 1d10 dice.
Extra 1d6.
Level 2 you have 2d10 hit dice, etc.
So I got 10
So
back.
each of those gives you a d10. And then what does your song give her in addition?
A d6.
1d6.
1d6. You get an extra d6 on top of that.
As long as somebody rolls hit dice, you get health back. Except for me, I don't because I'm playing.
So how?
That almost
So add those 2 together, and that's how many hit points you regain.
5.
5.
Okay.
Thornock, are you using hit dice too?
Yeah, I used a hit dice.
I got 6 on all of my rolls.
Nice.
That was amazing. I got 18.
That was amazing.
Yeah. That's like a critical
Do you get a
success.
plus anything? Do you have any?
That's a
constitution?
surprise.
Oh, you know what? It was
Silver.
2 4s plus 2, and then the 6.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
it was like 6 on each roll, so 18
Then
total.
I'll move into the next part of it, which is the
Corey.
doing
Yes.
banjos
How do we
on my
recover
loop.
those hit
Ding,
dice?
ding, 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 ding.
Long rest.
A long rest.
A long
Give
rest.
back
I believe.
all of it or
I believe it gets all of it back. But let me look here.
Long rest. Recover up 1 hit dice. Up to. Must be half. I've used 2, and it told me I could recover up to 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because if you have 3, then
Half
you
of
can
your
only
missing.
recover half, which is 1.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's half. Is it half of your missing or half of your total?
6.
That's 1.5 rounded down 1. I guess when we get to the next level, we'll have 4 hit die and we can tell better
Yeah.
what the thing is. But
Long rest. Da, 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 da.
That was close, guys. I almost got knocked out.
So at the end of the long rest, the character regains all lost hit points, and they regain spent hit dice up to a number of dice equal to half of the character's total number of them.
Okay.
So you regain half your hit dice total.
Okay.
So 1.
Are we doing a long rest or a short rest?
short rest.
Okay.
A character cannot benefit from more than 1 long rest in a 24-hour period.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't have done us any good.
So we can't long rest.
No, we could, but we wouldn't have benefited from it.
Yeah.
Didn't
Okay.
Burn time.
Can we go see what's up the stairs?
I feel like we should, because we gotta explore this level before we can go down that pit.
Exactly. I'm a completionist.
Where Thordunk dropped that guy.
So let's go cautiously looking for traps.
Okay.
I'm gonna help look for him.
Up here.
I'm
This little
blind, so
stairway.
just hang out.
Let's see. Go ahead and roll me a.
You can hold on to my tail, remember?
Somebody turned
Oh,
into
yeah.
an alien.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Do I sense any sort of magic or anything going on?
Jeez.
Yeah.
A 9.
And go ahead and roll me an Arcana
10.
just for a kind of a quick sense.
15.
15? No, you don't. You don't. Shoot. 10.
Oh,
As you're going up the steps, you see a specific step that has a pressure plate on it.
Okay.
You can't quite tell what it does, but you know that it's a pressure stair.
Can I try and disarm it?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a...
Sleight of hand.
Yes.
Which is...
if he mentioned it to us, I would think to have stepped back.
I got a 6.
Did you mention it beforehand?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, pressure plate. Hold on, let me get
I'm
this.
going to have stepped back a good 10 feet.
You're working your tools, and you're trying to get like one of them over to jam it in, and it falls inward. And
It's
you hear
the
the click.
antibody.
And
No, don't talk about it.
the ceiling above you collapses. But it collapses behind you to the person next in line. So, Brom, you will get advantage on this because you are taking a step back.
Okay.
But you need to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, saving throw, and this is not... Okay.
And Ari, you do as well.
Okay.
13... 3. All the 13 and saving...
17.
17.
13... plus 4... 17.
Okay, so you both make it, so you're only going to take half damage on this. And I'll calculate the half damage here. So, just 2 bludgeoning damage as these rocks tumble down on you.
Not bad. I thought it was gonna
Pancake.
crush.
And Ari, you hear up ahead of you at the top of the stairs, you hear, was that the trap? Yeah, I think it was. We should probably go check that out.
Dimension door! I was kidding.
Let's not go that way. Let's not go that way.
So,
Come on.
with that being said,
Uh-huh.
is the party separated?
No, it didn't collapse
Wasn't
fully.
like-
It just kind of like a rolling rock slide.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's not like a giant slab, but Indiana Jones style.
Yep. And you won't be getting any experience for that. That's the real hurt.
Yeah, seriously. Stupid. Dice tonight.
tiny
Alright.
Hey, you got a 20 on nature.
Do you guys want to go?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to go kill whatever's up there? I know Thornock does.
Sounds like it's just 2 of them, so why not?
Let's do it.
Possibly just 2 of them.
All right.
Okay.
Why not?
So Thornock says yes.
We keep going up the stairs. I assume we can't try
Yeah.
to stealth
No.
check at this point. 'cause
Not
we're
at this
on
point.
our guard.
So you're going to go ahead and come out into a room. And I got to draw that up really quick.
I think
Thornock,
I'm
you
stealth
going first?
because if I can't see you, you can't see me.
Thornock, are you going first?
Reese?
Reese?
Yeah, I'm going first. Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, okay. Can I...
Yeah, I'm going first. I rush in there.
Can I convince Thornock to take me with him on his back like Yoda?
If you'd like to try and ask him.
Thornock, before you go,
Yeah, you can
you carry me?
ride on my back.
Okay, so I jump on. Let's go.
Okay. Before I go in there, hold on.
He's gonna throw you, man.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm gonna run in there, and when I get in there, I'm gonna throw Braum at the guy.
And then, as soon as I feel like I'm far enough away from him, I want to thunder wave. When as soon as I get closest to the nearest person, I get him in that room.
Okay. So let me go ahead and throw this map down.
Because
Watch
guys-
us, like,
if there's a pit in that room,
you're dead.
I'm so freaking dead.
Okay, so Thornock's going to
Gusty
come
to
up
the
the stairs here. There are 2 kobolds here that, they're starting to move down to investigate, and all of a sudden an orc comes running up the stairs and with a halfling on his back. Or a gnome, sorry. My apologies.
That's okay.
And half orc.
Common mistake. Common mistake.
Half orc.
Yep, half orc and gnome, whatever. So you see 2 kobolds in front of you.
Okay.
You said you wanted to...
He said he was going to throw me.
Okay, so...
Pending if he does throw me, when I get close, whenever I'm next to whatever's there, I don't care
Like,
what it is.
you see them right when you get to the top of the stairs, so they are literally, like... This one is literally adjacent to you already. and this one is 5 feet
So
off.
Thornock, are you throwing me?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw you at the one that's 5 feet away, and then I'm gonna attack the other guy.
Okay, I'll go ahead and let you guys make the first attacks here.
Okay. Spellcast.
What do I ever?
So my attack was a 15.
That will hit.
No, this is a 10. That's a 10 sided. I'm like, there's a 0 on this 8-sided dice. I don't understand.
Oh, can I rage before I do this?
6.
Yes.
Okay, so I rage.
That's your last rage today, right?
Yes, it's my last rage.
8 damage, and unless they do, and it's 15-foot cube. So,
Okay. So for both of them.
yes, Constitution saving throw.
So what's your attack there, Thornock?
My attack was a 17.
17.
And then
Okay.
I did
I might not want to waste Thunderwave on this one kobold, because he's got it.
12 damage.
Yep, that one goes down. And then the Thunder Wave does kill the other one, since you already announced it. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
And then Thornock, you need to roll a save for the Thunder Wave as well.
Yes.
It's Constitution.
Yep.
12 is the save.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
So you get knocked 10 feet back.
So you hit the wall, tumble down the stairs a little bit, and then you take how much?
8 damage.
8 damage.
But he's raging, and that's.
Whoa!
So 4.
This is thunder damage.
Yeah, so
it's-
4 damage. So Thornock gets knocked down. You turn around pretty confident, and you see more kobolds in kind of this kobold barracks.
Barracks.
There are 4
I know, right? I was
kobolds
hoping there was a big open room that he
right
was on.
there, and then you can hear the fluttering of wings behind behind them.
Gosh, why are there so many people in this cave?
It's a busy place.
Okay,
At the end of my round, I would say, Thornock, let's try again.
and then it is time for everybody to roll initiative.
Finally, a good initiative roll. 18.
I rolled a 14. I need to go get my charger, though, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
10.
Somebody remember his. Don't tell me anymore yet.
Oh, I like fighting kobolds because they're squishy.
Gonna kill some kobolds. 70 army hold me back. Come around the corner. Ding 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 ding. You're all gonna die.
Tallahassee.
10.
How's the beginning of Body Let Things at 4?
Oh, yeah.
You do like have the drum out. And that's the point when Thornock runs in with his axe blazing.
Here's one more. And then
Dang, if I had invisibility, I could just like run in the middle and tactical nuke.
wait. Oh.
Holy
All right,
Corey just added 3 more kobolds.
2 more. Just 2 more.
2 more kobolds.
Just 2 more kobolds. That's all. Just 2 more.
At the risk of my life.
Alright.
And they can. Am I in a plain view of them?
Yes, they all saw you take out the guards. They all look a little aghast because you just kind of like blasted a half orc away too. Like it was kind of like,
Whoa! It's like,
and then one goes, get him.
oh! Go
All
out.
right, Lunera,
What'd you
10.
10. Brum,
8.
8. Okay,
I hope one of
Ari?
you is proficient
18.
in healing. I should have 16 healing.
16 for Akio, and then 14 for Thornock.
Yep.
So everybody who's not on the map is 20 feet basically up down these stairs, staggered. So one of you is 20, one of you is 15, one of you is 10. Okay? And going first is this guy, and he's going to move up to attack Brom. And with his dagger, he rolls a 12 to hit.
12 to hit. Does not hit.
Okay.
Now I just hand behind the back. Parry.
Trying to write these guys down because it's going to be a lot of stuff to remember. 20.
Am I on the list?
Yes,
Okay.
you are this time.
Cool.
And then this guy,
Just making sure.
he's going to flutter over and he's just going to try and dagger you as well. And he has advantage because there's a kobold next to you as well.
And before the thing, I'm
Okay.
going to use cutting words on him.
Okay.
As a reaction.
Who like, hey, pick on someone your own size. We'll look him up and down.
So what does cutting words do?
Cutting words makes it so that I can use bardic die, one of my inspiration die, and I roll that die and I subtract it from the roll that whatever the creature rolled. I subtract 1 on it.
Okay.
So 1d6.
Which is good because he crit. So
Good call.
no crit
And
against
that's
you.
a 6.
Okay.
Okay. So,
So
pulls it down to 6.
14.
Still gonna hit you.
Dang, it's still gonna hit, but
Yes.
it doesn't crit.
So the damage is going to be. Oh, still pretty much a crit. 9 piercing damage. And then
Looking pretty rough here.
this guy's just going to start flying up this way, and then
These guys all got high initiative rolls.
yes, they did. These kobolds are actually pretty nimble.
Oh boy.
And this one is also going to start flying up. They know that a half orc is there. They are not eager to get in. Alright.
Okay. I will run up the stairs.
Okay. You
It's
should be
20
able to.
feet.
Yep.
And then try and take out these guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my first attack on that guy.
Okay, sorry. Down to me a minute.
You're fine. Yep, we haven't gotten to your turn yet.
Back, we both died. You got a natural 20.
Yes, I did.
Nice.
I crit him.
Who died?
Nobody died yet.
Some kobolds are about to,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You threw me in a pit. I
So
died.
that's 15 damage.
15. Yeah. That's a dead kobold.
Bye.
And then I'm going to
Move in.
for my arm strike on that guy.
Okay.
And a 23.
Oh yeah, he definitely plunges into his chest, rips the heart out, and then hits the other kobold with it. What's the damage on that?
Damage is 6.
Hey, that's another dead kobold.
Okay, and I'm going to spend a key point for an additional unarmed strike
Okay.
on...
Are you?
So I still have some movement, right?
So that was 20, 25. Yeah. Sorry, you're marked.
So I'm going to move up to that guy. and
Okay.
Go 3 times charm. 10.
That is going to miss.
Key points are worthless for me tonight.
Okay. Arm's done. And it is another kobold. And he is going to move in here, and he's going to swing at you. He gets advantage because you are next to other kobolds. So that is a 21 to hit.
It's
And that's going to be, oh jeez, they're rolling really good tonight. 6 piercing damage as he kind of stabs into your thigh. And then it is Akio's turn.
How often do reactions? Is it one reaction per round?
It is 1 per round.
Okay.
yeah, that's
Yep.
Just making sure.
Okay, I'm gonna
So-
ice knife.
So you are
I'm
currently
gonna move-
15
I'm gonna
feet.
move up
Okay.
close enough first.
Are you 15 or are you 10? Which one are you taking?
I'll take 15. It's
Okay.
fine.
So you're gonna move 15. So you'll get up to.
So that's half my movement.
Yep.
And then I will ice knife directly into the middle.
Okay. So you're gonna have the
And-
chance to hit Ari there too.
Worth it. There's 3 guys there.
If you can take him out.
Okay. So go ahead
no,
and
because
roll
you're
the initial.
elemental whatever.
Oh, yeah,
This
your
one
evocation?
is not a
not an evocation
spell. It's conjuration, technically. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do instead.
Use 3 magic missiles.
Scorching ray.
Okay.
Chromatic orb.
Well, I can do 3 rays here.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do scorching ray, which is 3 rays, and I'll do 1 on each. Yeah, I'll do 1 on each. They're kobolds.
They're pretty squishy.
Flame on.
So the first one is a 15.
That will hit.
Okay. Do you want me to roll damage or?
Just keep rolling
Okay.
for the 3 attacks first.
I can do math. 11.
That will miss.
And then 21.
Okay, that will hit. Go ahead and roll damage for these 2. Well, we just did. I'm just doing clockwise here.
3, 8.
That's a dead kobold.
Okay. 5, 8 again.
And that's another dead kobold.
Cool.
The scorching ray again. 2 of them hit home, and the other one just kind of zings overhead a little bit. So that's Octo, and that's Sword. These are my identifying names.
And then
Octosword.
That sounds
can I use my bonus action to get closer, or am I done?
You can finish your moves, dude.
Because I
No,
want
so
to
you're-
use the rest of my move.
Yeah, you can use the rest of your move.
I want to
for
get
sure.
like right there, just so I have a better view of what's going on.
Okay.
But it's still far enough away that I don't take a attack of opportunity.
All right, then it is Thornock.
So I am. I want to run into the thick of things,
Okay.
which I'm assuming is right behind where Galen's hand just was.
Right here. Well,
Right.
right there is the closest guy to you, but if you want to run like into the thick in between 3 of them, it would be somewhere right there. Is that what we're going for? Running into the
Where's
thick
the
of things?
leader? Is there a leader?
No, it just appears like they're all the same rank.
Bunch of rabble rousers.
Yep, rabble rousers.
So I want to be at the farther position, and I want to attack the green one.
Okay.
So I'm still raging.
Okay.
16.
16 will hit.
Cool.
Roll me some damage.
Six. 11.
11. That will murder it.
Good.
Ow, ow.
It'll just be. Okay. All right.
That's my turn.
So that's Thornock. 18.
Jolly good show.
Take not half of them.
And I didn't die. That's
This kobold is going to run over here.
5 hit points.
So that would now be identified as monkey.
Monkey.
Goofy.
Not to be confused with monkey over there. And that's just a 9 against your attack, or against your armor class, Thornock, so that's a miss. Then we will move to this guy right here, which I'll label
Bing.
Slimy. And he's going to come in and he's going to roll. He's actually going to fly overhead and try and drop rock on you. but he rolls a 10. So that's a
Nope.
miss. So and he'll just land right there afterwards. So that's Slimy. And then it's Lunera's turn. So you are 10 feet
Okay.
away, so you can get up to here with 10, and then you can probably get to here with the rest of your movement
Yeah, let's do that.
without taking any opportunity attacks. Okay.
Yeah.
So you slide on in. Okay. So there's a kobold to the left of you, kobold to the right. What would you like to do?
Kill them both.
Throw both my weapons out to each of them.
They're in melee range, so you could just hold your weapons out to each of them.
I will go ahead and I feel good about attacking the one on the right.
Okay. One on the right with your sword.
And I should not have felt that good. 7.
That is a miss, so he ducks underneath.
Alright.
Are you going to continue the one on the right, or are you going to move to the one on your left with
We'll
the axe?
try the one on the left.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have gone with the left in the first place. So 15 plus 4, 19.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And that is on the Goblin Archer.
And that's 5 damage.
5 damage. That's enough to take him out.
Oh, good. Smash his face in.
You're really good with that axe, not so good with the sword, right?
Maybe I should switch that out.
Switch that back.
Well, I've got 3 scimitars you can choose from.
Oh, good.
They have nice
Then
scabbards.
it is Brom.
Actually, I think I did pick up a scimitar and some scabbards as well.
Brom, it is your turn.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Alright, so from this angle, it's hard to see. So there's 3 around him. So that'd be like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So. Okay, so I can see. I'm gonna use my vicious mockery.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say, you should have finished me when you had the chance, to the one that Thornock's pointing to.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say some things in what languages?
So it rolls a saving throw.
All
Gnomish.
Gnomish.
And horrors of horror.
That sounded strangely Swedish.
Despite the fact that it doesn't speak Gnomish,
I'm just gonna.
it fails a
unleash
saving
bunch
throw.
of really rude things to it, and it's gonna take 1d4 psychic damage. 3.
Okay, so 3. And then it has disadvantage, right?
Yep, has disadvantage on its attack roll next turn.
I literally write down dis as part of vicious mockery. So.
Perfect.
All right, and then it is that kobold's turn. It's going to try and attack Thornock, but it's not feeling too confident anymore, and it fails its attack miserably because. And then the last one, this guy right here, which is just. He's just going to try and throw a rock at Lunera. From a sling, of course. That's a 12, so that's a miss.
That is a miss.
Then we are back up to the top of the round, and look at that, you killed all the ones that went before you. Ari.
Right.
Extinguished.
So, which kobold would you like to move to? I'm assuming you would
Okay,
like to
let's
move to a kobold.
let's go.
You do like a mirror image strategy.
Let's go this guy first.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go. Boy, 2. Okay, so for my unarmed strike, 16
That will hit.
for 5 damage.
That will kill it. You just come in and just your first attack misses, and he goes, ha! And then you just crack his neck.
I'm gonna
Getting sick of
move
tired
up
kobolds.
and use another key point.
Okay.
Yeah, to that guy right there.
Attack the monkey.
The monkey.
Monkey versus
And I
monkey.
do a 21
Okay.
for 5 damage.
That's enough to kill it. And then you take your momentum and do a flying leap and just crack that one and take him out. Alrighty. Akio.
I'm gonna come around the corner so I can see that
Yeah.
last kobold. Oh, I guess there's 2.
Yeah, there's 2.
I'll go for the far one since I have a ranged attack.
Okay.
I'll just do a firebolt.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Fireball.
21.
Okay, that will hit.
And where's my good dice? Yeah. 3 damage.
3. Okay.
That was lame.
So it singes him a bit, but he's still standing. Then it is Thornock.
Sucked.
Thornock, there's only one left behind you.
I want to murder it.
Okay.
Is there one over by me?
No,
Where I'm standing.
no, that's just you.
That's just you.
That's the corner that's closest physically to me.
Oh no, that guy.
There's
he's
these
the
two.
one throwing the
Oh, I see.
swing.
Got it.
What's the total there?
14.
That's enough to hit.
Ah, yes.
He just throws all his dice
I'm
and
like,
does
that
that much
sounds like a
damage.
lot of dice.
It's 2d6s because it's 9
And I did
plus 3
127 damage.
plus 2 so 14.
14? Yeah, that you turn that guy into pulp.
Yes.
And then there is one left. So that's Slimy dead.
Okay.
That was Slimy's turn, so Lunera, it's your turn
Let
now.
me roll damage. I roll like
I
Ah!
yeah,
Yeah.
charge at him. Alright, let's try and kill this sucker.
Okay, first attack.
7.
Nope.
Sword.
you suck with a sword.
I think you have half a sword.
Oh, the other attack wasn't any better. 9.
Okay, so you just go in, you're just like, and it's just like, he's down here. So your attacks aren't really that effective.
Swinging over his head.
So embarrassed.
But Braum, it is your turn.
Yes, perfect. So with that,
And this guy was weakened by a firebolt, too.
No.
firebolt, firebolt.
Hail him with your rapier.
Every time I use this rapier, all right, this is good. We're gonna break the curse.
Redeem it.
He's actually he's out of range. I can't run that far.
Throw can
I
throw
throw
you.
the rapier at. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to. I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna vicious mockery and
Okay.
just be like, lay down your weapons. You're not even worth our time.
I'm really not. And he just like drops his weapon. 2. And that's enough to kill him.
Wow.
Can I
Killed
have it
him with
like?
words.
Can I have him just be like, ah, and then his head.
Yeah.
That explodes.
Alright, so you guys find yourself, now that you have a chance to look around, you find yourself in a kobold barracks.
Nice.
Let me,
I need a minute. I'm really hurting.
let me just actually read the...
Wait, what did you take?
So, thin mattresses of straw covered with badly cured furs form small beds that are haphazardly positioned around the chamber.
Sorry, what were they?
So these are just mattresses of straw, basically haphazard beds. Rats and small lizards scurry about through the food scraps and moldy wine skins littering the floor.
Is this the end of the there's no passages leading away from
There is one passage leading this way.
Oh my gosh, all these freaking things.
It's okay, it's good. I like it. Okay.
Alright, so
Mapping of value on the kobolds.
so you guys can take a search of the room if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do.
So everybody can roll me a perception check. This will be also your small rest.
18, no, 21.
Perception, you say?
Yeah.
I think it's 20.
Just 8.
21.
13 for I.
So first of all, 90 XP each for these kobolds. Well done, well done. All right, so you guys, as you guys are looking through the room, it takes about 10 minutes. But you, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is what they say here. So first of all, you find dozens of dragon-themed talismans and amulets that are carved from bone, soapstone, wood, or ivory. The workmanship on them is pretty bad, actually. But 4 have a unique, if savage, artistic flair. So Akio kind of identifies those ones as, hey, these are not too bad. So you can add, whoever wants to can add one of those 4 to their inventory.
Okay, that's the.
They might be, basically these are talismans, wood, or we'll do 1 wood, 1 bone, 1 soapstone, and 1 ivory.
I want the bone one.
Okay, bone talisman.
We'll take the ivory.
Okay, ivory. Anybody else want a talisman? A dragon carving? No?
Me.
Okay.
Okay,
If
fine. I'll
there's,
take
if
two.
the,
Okay. So you took the
maybe see if we can sell
the
it.
bone. Thornock, are you wanting to take one?
I'll take one, I guess.
Okay. Do you want soapstone or wood?
Yeah.
Soapstone.
Okay. So Ari, take the wood one as well. You feel like maybe to the right buyer they might be worth something.
Side note, I hit a wrong button in D&D Beyond. Can someone tell me roughly where they are through level 3? So I know how much experience I'm supposed to have.
Everybody has kind of different experience because of the fight and everything.
I'm at 1900, but he had that.
Second place bonus.
Yeah, and the finding the stuff about his missing lady.
Well, so I set my XP incorrectly. So I put myself at 2,000.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not fair.
Yep.
Like, is that okay?
Yep. So you also you find more, not just these. By the way, for those of you who did take a talisman, you might want to write down page 24.8.
24.8, got it.
Yep.
Ooh.
From page 20.
Regretting that decision now.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
But you also kind of gather all this other stuff that you find, and a really thorough scrounging of the room. That's also considered a short rest for you guys. Yields 38 gold, 152 silver pieces, and
Each?
no,
Oh.
and 704 copper pieces sorted into 88 sacks of exactly 8 copper coins each.
Wow, that's weird.
So how many
Cobalt,
copper
man.
pieces do we get?
So let's do some maths.
I think the people who are strongest need to take the heavy
Sorry.
load.
So it was
That's a
how
lot
much
of
gold?
It was 38 gold pieces.
Okay, so everybody gets 8 gold. And I'll take 7.
Okay.
152 silver pieces.
So everyone gets 30, basically.
What's basically mean?
It means
That
math.
means I get 2 more.
Because you didn't take one of
I
the
want
pieces.
to argue with you, but my character wouldn't know that.
And then 704 copper pieces sorted into 88 stacks. Oh, sorry, stacks, not sacks.
So everyone gets 140 copper.
Okay. That's going to be very heavy for some people. You might be approaching a limit there. So, yeah.
I'd rather take it in silver if I can, 'cause my guy is like super weak.
Yeah.
And then the equivalent in copper can be given to somebody else.
I think it's manageable that you guys can divvy that out to be normal. Just be aware that some of you may be approaching your limit at this point. Silver pieces or not.
Okay, so the 140 copper.
It's 140 copper cases.
And then what was the silver that we split?
30.
30 split between all of us?
No, everyone gets 30.
Yeah.
So, Braun, you have one of the talismans, right?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and roll me. Do we say investigate? Was it? Yeah, investigate for.
This is a 12 plus. Is this investigate not Arcana?
Yes.
12 plus 3, 15.
15. So you're familiar with like some artistic, draconic iconery,
Okay.
and you believe that to the right buyer, these might be worth, a fair bit of coin.
Fair bit of time.
Yeah, you just need to find the right
Right
collector,
person.
right? And as a bar, here for you.
Getting in the right place. Losing people.
Okay. So that is all the time we have for this evening. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that you guys decide to hole up in this room for the evening. You're going to take a full 24 hours to just kind of rest, relax. Everybody take one more day of rations.
Okay. So that's 1 and 1/3.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's just one total.
From the earlier today. Total. from
Yeah. Basically, this is a whole day's worth. Thornock, you actually are down another day's rations for throwing it into the pile of filth.
That's okay.
Yep.
I bought extra.
So I could throw it.
I gotta chop a guy's head off, and I feel like it was worth it.
Okay. And then you guys will be able to take a long rest. So at the start of the next session, everybody will be topped off and ready to go.
Hey, Lumera, do you want some scimitars?
I think I have one scimitar actually in my bag from our last.
From the last one.
Yeah. So.
How about some studded leather armor?
You wear chainmail.
I wear
right now.
chainmail, so.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
then when we get to town, I'm selling that, unless someone wants it.
Thank you, but no thank you.
I'll probably sell some too.
It's considered light armor. Would that help Accio?
Is it light armor?
Let's
Light
see.
armor, I think you can.
I'm actually. Let's see.
Before we get too long, just welcome to Erwin in the chat.
Oh, hi, Erwin.
Hopefully you see
Hey, Erwin.
Yeah. Everybody remember Erwin? Well, Erwin, remember.
Chunky's here too. He's making sure the moderation is good and sound.
Okay, good. Just remember Extra Life again this Saturday, November 4th. This channel. We're going to be playing games, making donations, trying to get Preston into a fuzzy-squirrel outfit.
Yeah.
Should be pretty easy.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yep. So check it out, and thanks for joining us. That's pretty awesome.
It's really nice to not be the only person in the chat room.
Right?
Let's see here.
And thanks, Chunky, for being in here too.
I don't believe light armor does hinder you.
Light armor, from what I know, doesn't hinder sneak or anything.
I think that's just heavy armor.
I'm trying to find where I would add that.
I just didn't know if he could wear it.
Trying to check the.
I might get rid of my dex bonus. Too bad. I'll switch myself.
Casting in armor. Because of the mental focus and precise gestures required for spellcasting, you must be proficient with the armor you are wearing to cast a spell. So you
So
otherwise
look
you
at my
can't.
proficiencies and I'm
So proficiencies, armor, none. You can get proficiencies through feats, but
yeah, I
right
don't
now,
have more
yep.
proficiency, so I will turn that down. No thanks, Dornock.
So you
Was that a no?
sell it when you get back to town.
Alright, I'm gonna sell it then.
All right. So I guess next week we're having our big long game. So we can kind of make an announcement about that. We're gonna go
Absolutely.
fairly late.
This week's weird because it's Thursdays, but normally it's on Mondays.
Yeah.
So those in chat,
I
feel free to
need
jump
605 hit points
Nice.
next week. That's my goal.
605 hit points.
605. Or sorry.
XP.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's gonna be a really lofty goal for you.
I think I need 800.
So I'm sitting
I
at
need like 700.
C2,
So I don't think I'm hitting level 4.
If only I would have disarmed that trap.
right?
Not sprung it.
Right. Surprise!
Alrighty. Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you. That was fun. That was a lot of fighting.
Was a lot.
Coolio.
This dungeon just won't end. So many
Well,
guys.
we're already leaving like other forks in the
I
path.
tried to
that we
turn you
have.
guys away.
And then you still have that
Go
tunnel down.
Yeah,
It's a
And I
dungeon.
will not let go of that down. I want to go down there.
Right?
That's
All
like,
right, guys. Thanks everybody for joining on the stream.
Thank you.
We're gonna cut.
Bye-bye.
We're gonna cut
Okay,
signal.
bye.
Bye bye.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.